comrades, today is October 28, 2025, and the current time is 8:30 p.m. The Institute's monorail system has been fixed. Please use as needed, though we are now requiring all beverages brought on board to be fully sealed until disembarkment. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
I think I forgot to put the filter on, didn't I? I'm a professional streamer, I swear. I just realized I was looking at my Go XLR and I was like, I don't think I pressed the buttons that I was supposed to press. So you just heard my normal voice, which was very much. Oh, was it on? Okay, maybe I pressed it off really fast and I didn't even notice because I just automatically do it instantly. Wow, maybe I'm just maybe I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I am a professional streamer, I swear. Okay, hey comrades, good evening. I just ate some tacos. It was very delicious. So I am bricked up with some Taco Tuesday tacos and it was wonderful. Ooh, you had a new mechanic. What kind of, okay, here's a question since Ronnie brought it up. What kind of keyboards do you all use? Do you use like 80%, 90%? For me, I'm one of those people that are like, I have to use a 100% keyboard. Like I need a numpad, legitimately. If I don't have a numpad, my ability to type for some reason immediately craters into the ground and I have zero idea why that's the case. Like I have to have a numpad. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hello Ronnie and Goldenrod and Kefir and Zoingo and Immortal and Sun and Greenmole and Marksman. Congrats to Marksman for being first. You beat Ray because I'm fairly sure Ray has passed out. She's had a long day, so I think she's actually just asleep right now. So we'll see how that pans out. 65% in a ducky pad. I don't think I have a ducky. Wait, let me look up a ducky pad. Ducky pad. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's like a macro pad. Got it. It's literally just a macro pad. An old office keyboard, and then you have a nice red cap keyboard, and the cheapest one's with JP layout. Okay, so is it using red switches or something? Anyways, hello comrades. Welcome to OpenTTD. Last time we tried playing this, we couldn't properly build a network because of the economy settings. So I've changed a number of settings to basically make the game, for lack of better words, a lot easier on myself. Essentially, what I'm gonna do is I don't really care too much about about earning money correctly. My priority is essentially spending more fun setting up the network. And so what I'm gonna do, how we're gonna play this is we're gonna play this with city builder scripts. And we're going to play this with essentially cheating in a whole bunch of cash at the start, because my goal is to grow the city, not so much focus on how much money I don't have. And that's how we're going to play today. And I think it'll be a lot more fun rather than watching me, flail around trying to get the necessary cash to even play the game. So I think that'll be a way more enjoyable experience for not only for you, but also for me. But we do need to generate the town. I'm going to see if I can generate this 16,000 tiled map. This might actually be really large. I'm not even sure if it'll generate correctly. Also, we're gonna start in the year 2000 because I think 2000 is more fun. Because that'll be a little bit more modern. Now we could do like a what's it called? Like a mid-century, like 1980s, and then we slowly grow over time. Maybe we'll do that instead. I think that'll be more fun. Let's start at 1980, and I've also set up so the economy grows a lot slower for the game. You'll understand what I mean in a second. Basically, so we are running renewed village growth as our town growth script. And we'll just actually crank this down to 60 so it's a little easier because I do want to make this grow. And hopefully this should be fine. You'll understand how this works in a bit. And yeah, you'll just have to, we'll just see how this pans out. Hopefully it'll be fine. I've not really played with this one, and we are playing with first again because I'm clinically insane. We'll see if it can generate the map, because this map is about 16,000 tiles large, like one direction, and 4,000 the other way. It is comical. Plus is on your semicolon. Oh, because you're playing with you're using a Japanese keyboard, so you need to be able to type in Japanese, right? I don't have a Japanese keyboard. My keyboard, if I need to type in Japanese, I switch to a Romaji keyboard because I cannot be bothered to memorize a hiragana or kana keyboard. So that's just easier for me. It's just easier for me to type it that way. Anyways, how are all of you doing? You all having fun on this fine evening? Today's gonna be a little bit more relaxing stream. I know we normally do very aggressive, very chaotic stuff, but I think today with trying to do a OpenTTD stream, I think it'd be fun to just maybe be a little bit more relaxed. I forgot to change a setting. There was a setting I meant to change. Hold on. I think it was called... it's like an industry setting where you keep all the industries together. Okay, so this should be 20. And then... Where was it? Let me try to get this right. Okay, smooth. Okay, industry density. Okay, so maybe none of these is it. And I know there's another one I was looking for. Let me make sure I have that setting correct. The other setting I'm thinking of is cargo distribution. Let me make sure that's correct. Okay, so distribution. Here we go. So passengers is... Okay, so cargo disc should be... Okay, I don't know why this isn't saved correctly. Oh, so cargo disc for mail should be symmetric. Asymmetric. I think the rest is just whatever, and it should be okay. Let's see, that should be fine, I think. Let me double check, because I know there was a setting that I wanted to do for this, and I forgot what it was. Cargo distribution settings, OpenTTD. It's been a while since I had this. I thought I set it up correctly, but for some reason it's not the way I want it to be. Because there's multiple ways that people want to do this. Okay. Okay, so that should be fine. So I think we'll do it asymmetric. Take place asymmetric. The amount of cargo total. Okay, so asymmetric is fine. For mail, it's symmetric. Okay, this should be good. I think we'll also crank this down so that it recalculates fairly quickly. Okay, let's try this. I think this should be Gucci. All right, then we're gonna play the Japan height map, and then we're gonna load in, and we're just gonna start. Okay. Slow. Oh, wide English is really funny. The fact that you can type in really wide characters is so funny on a Japanese keyboard. I agree. Sakukuri. Oh, you're just okay. You're just typing. Got it. You got a whole bag of persimmons, and you're happy. What are you gonna do with your persimmons? I don't eat persimmons myself. You should know that the only fruit I consume on a regular basis is a mango. For I grew up eating copious amounts of mangoes, and so that is basically what my entire existence is based around of. I love mangoes. Also, if I sound a little weird, like I said, I just ate my tacos. They were very good. They were very yummy. Taco Tuesday still exists if you're willing to look for it, is all I'm gonna say. And good lord, we were lucky. I'm lucky that one of my areas still has a Taco Tuesday. It's like 3 tacos for $6, which puts it at about $2 a pop, which is a really, really good rate in this economy. You know what I mean? So, very pleased with that. Okay, look at how many industries you have to generate. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Like I said, the map size is really, really large, but I figured it'd be more fun to play with a larger map than with a small map. I actually watched a lot of Japanese transit videos recently, and that's kind of where I got the inspiration to do more OpenTTD content. We're probably not. I'm not going to become an OpenTTD streamer on a regular, but I think it'd be fun to do every now and again if I don't want to do art and I want to do something relaxing. So, welcome to the map of... Oh, geez. Okay, welcome to Japan. It's a very... Okay, this actually might be a little too laggy. Hold on. Oh. Okay, the world ticks is really bad. Ooh, that's not good. Maybe this map might be a little too large. Maybe I need to shrink it down. I can probably shrink it down in half because I want to just say this map is incredibly large. I don't think we need a map this big. Okay, let's go back to the I got an idea. Let's just cut it in half both ways. So we'll go 8,000 and then we'll go 2,000. Because basically what we're doing is we're playing on a height map. So basically what someone did is they took the geographical data of Japan, and then they've compressed it into a file that you can then upload, someone can download it, and then you can just import it, and the game will generate the towns and cities. So the cities are not going to be map accurate to Japan, as we know it. We're essentially building our own Japan. The rest of it is, well, it's there. Okay, so this is a lot better. So the towns themselves are not actually Japan, but you know, we can work around it, right? I think that'll be more fun. So we could either start in the Nagoya area, we could start in the Kyoto, Osaka area, or we could go all the way in the Tokyo area. So we're gonna just pick a spot and we're just gonna build around it, and we'll see how this pans out. It's 1980. We have to build our network. You vote explore the Shibuya area. Why do you want to explore Shibuya? What has Shibuya done to you? There's a lot of industry that we can work with. You can see there's a metric ton of industry here. So what I want to do is I do want to focus on building a lot of town-based passenger transit, but there's not a lot of towns, and eventually what I do need to do is I need to build towns like in this general area at some point. I would like to build towns here, for example, and over here, and then we'll hook them all up with networks. My goal is to focus more on the art of building a railroad than I am focused on building the most perfect economy possible, right? Because my priority, like I said, we're going to pick a town and we're going to make that our first city, and that's going to be where we're going to focus a lot of our early efforts on. And also, I will have the magic bulldozer if I can remember how to open up the cheat menu. Okay. So we're going to turn on the magic bulldozer, and I think the rest of this is probably fine. Okay, so the question is, where do we want to start? Which region? So Tokyo is probably like the biggest area, but I kind of want to start small, and then if I think we're doing okay, then we can move to a bigger locale. So why don't we start over in... So Nagoya would not be the worst idea to start. We could start over here, and then slowly build our way out over here. Now crossing into this is going to be a nightmare, because you might want to see the sheer amount of mountains that we got. Exactly. We're just going to, if we have to, we will build our own towns, right? So my goal is we're going to have a major central trunk line, the Shinkansen, and then we'll have a lot of local lines that branch out to that area. And I think that's how we're going to do it. Yeah, there's a reason why, there's a lot of reason why we're using narrow track gauges here. It's, the Shinkansen track does go a lot faster, so we will build a couple of these later on. So that's going to be a little later. Let's focus on getting some narrow track gauge, though. I also want to focus on building, like, trying to make the stations aesthetically pleasing, right? So I think we'll start over... Okay, so our main city... Okay, how about this? Our central city that we're going to turn into a big, giant production hub is going to be... It's going to be here. Yukuhashi is going to be our main city, and I'm going to rename you into... Okay, Yukuhashi, Alright, nah, that's too on the nose. What do I not want to name this thing? I need a name for this town. Alright, I'm gonna use a name that I use occasionally for certain projects. We're gonna name this city Shimotsuki. Alright, so welcome to this town of Shimotsuki. This is gonna be our main area, and I'm gonna start bombing things that I don't need. For example, this factory needs to go away. Be gone. Thought. And so this is gonna be our main town. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give myself a metric ton of money. Just to start. Just a little bit of cash to kind of get us kicked off. And we're gonna build our station, because we're not gonna only need people. We're not only going to need passengers, we're gonna need to put industry based on what I have set up as the game. So let's build our... First, let's build our main station. So we will use narrow track gauge for most of this, because that's really what most people use. Also, I did figure out why I didn't have access to buses. We have access to buses now, all right? And more boats. We have a lot of access to things that I've been waiting for. Anyways, how much do you guys like trains? I like trains a lot. Like I said before, trains I think are really fun and really enjoyable to kind of gawk at, so that's why I'm even willing to do this. I know it's silly, kind of gushing over trains, but I really do enjoy rail networks significantly, and that's why I play a game like this. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna split this up into 2 sections. Alright, here's my logic. Ready? We're gonna have a local network that feeds into Shimotsuki from these towns, right? Like maybe a central loop, okay? Because this will urbanize eventually. This will urbanize. And then I'm gonna have a separate station that also is kind of part of the general area, and that's going to be focused on essentially hooking up from Shimotsuki all the way to like the rest of the network. Like we'll probably make a train all the way to Ichikawa and then slowly loop around as we go through here. Atami would be somewhere around here, and then maybe we either tunnel through or we build up the mountain and maybe carve through the mountain a little bit. But I'm trying to minimize the amount of environmental damage I do to the natural landscape. I don't like doing that type of thing. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really research into trains that much. I just kind of go with the vibe of like, I like public transit networks, so why not just kind of go with the flow? I feel like you don't have to be super hardcore into it, right, to really appreciate networks like this. I think networks are just really pretty and we should all just embrace it. Okay, so we will use 7 as our standard train length. So what we need to do is we need to build local, and then we need to build we need to build the local network, and we need to build the Shinkansen network. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick this area here, and we're just gonna build. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna build first a very simple. Let's see. So maybe we do 2 and 2. So 2 local, and then 2 of the Shinkansen. So we'll do like this, and then we're gonna make this pretty. So you should expect this stream to be a lot more just relaxed as I try to figure out how I want to make this look, right? Don't expect it to be super crazy, just embrace the joy of building a wonderful train network. So for example, like this one here, the way this is gonna look is we're gonna have, let's see here. I mean, the easy solution is to just have this, and then we can kind of figure out how I want to set this up. So for example, you need a way to get between the platforms, right? So you would do something like this. So it should be here actually. So you can see, okay, so now you know 1 2 3, like, okay, now it makes sense, they can cross over, and then you have to obviously build the rest of it out. You can't just leave it as is, that's too bland. Or you could also do underground ones if you want as well. There's a lot of ways you can kind of make stations look very, very aesthetically pleasing. That's kind of the way this works, right? Unfortunately, it's not that big yet, so we'll just kind of roll with what we got. Yeah, let's leave it like this for now. Oh, maybe tiled roofs actually don't look too bad. Maybe we do something like the local routes look like this. Ooh, and then we can have the. Let's try that for now. Let's just roll with this. Oh, actually, no. Wait, hold on. That gave me an idea. Let's make the large network ones a little bit more metallic. Yeah, like a Shinkansen platform with benches like this. I think that'll look pretty. Anyways, how have all of you been? I think Ray fell asleep. I think she's just been tired. So if you're wondering where she is, that's where she's at. She's not dead. She's just a sleepy lass, and that's all there is to it. I know she's had a long day recently. She's had a lot of long days. She's been slowly going insane from work, as she's been telling me, and I hope she survives, but it's gonna be tough. All right, so we're gonna build the network around. I think here's fine. Okay, so we're gonna bomb. Okay, so we need to. Okay, so we're gonna blow up this tile and then this industry here. Get that out of the way. And let's go slam out the next station here. My UI might be a little big. I might need to shrink the UI. And then we do need a landscape a little bit to make this pretty, or at least more workable. Okay, so Kasaoka, Shimotsuki. We're gonna actually call this. We're gonna rename this. We're gonna call this Shimotsuki Central. And then we need to build out local roads that connect to Izumi, Niza, Shibata, Nobuoka. So I think that'll be our plan. We'll just do a simple. Maybe these don't even need like really big platforms, but I think just for future proofing, expansion, I think I will make these a lot larger. So we'll make these a double. I might actually make this like a quadruple. It's possible this gets bigger, but for now I don't want to focus on that. I'm just going to claim tiles real quick. Just buy this now. And then we'll build the other one over here as well. Just add a few simple platforms. So we need one that covers Shibata and Nobuoka, which I think is fine. Let's go slam this out. I have an idea. Let's actually destroy this industry. And then we can angle it like this. Hello there, Kahila. We're doing pretty good. We're just getting ready to build our super cool train network. Get a job interview, although don't get it. I mean, to be fair, job hunting is rough. If you're even willing to put yourself out there, you're already doing better than most people. So congrats on at least trying. Or at least you're doing something. Okay, so just ship out the station. So I think those are the four main... That's the 4 main stations for the loop. And then we're going to just start building the network. So because I do expect this to get a lot more industrial later, I will just use the slab tracks. And I think that'll be fine. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to loop in here. So I could either cut through down here, or I could try to cut through this field. I think this will be more fun. Let's do that. Oopsies. How do I remove this? Okay, so we need to go 1, 2, 3. And then we can probably build out over here. Yeah, I want to try hooking into this area. It might be a little tough. Oh, yeah, that's... maybe we can't do that. Okay. But yeah, I understand the struggle of job interviews. It's rough, but hey, you know what? You're putting yourself out there. You should be at least proud of that. Some people, they're not always willing to go through the effort of doing job interviews. Let's go... Do I really want to blow up most of this town just so I can connect to my station? I guess I shouldn't. I guess I shouldn't do that. Let's let the station naturally grow. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this off here. And I'm actually gonna go... Let's go from here. Let's actually go down this way. We could even bridge over, actually. Maybe making a bridge is actually kind of cuter. Like a narrow urban elevated. Oh, actually? Ooh, that doesn't look that bad. What if I make it a wide? Actually, you know what? That looks pretty good. Okay, so I need to make sure this is about the same on both ends. I don't know why that didn't one. Okay, so we're gonna lower this, I guess. And then I need to build a bridge. Oh, I see what the issue is. Okay, so this needs to go up like this, and then we can build a bridge from here. Okay, so it's not the same level. This has to go up here, and I can build the same exact bridge like this. Oh, okay. Alright, the game doesn't want me to build a bridge for some reason. It is struggling to let me do it. Okay. There, that looks kind of nice. That actually looks pretty cute. I like that. Okay, so then we can build out the... Actually, I'm wondering if the slabs look right. Maybe the slabs shouldn't be how the one we use. It's fine. Speaking of which, if you want me to change the music at any time, if you ever get too bored of it, let me know. I just kind of put on a jazz playlist of other music that already exists. Actually, let's listen to something else. Let's listen to... God, why are there so many video game soundtracks that are just like the jazz version of this soundtrack? Let's do... Hololive Music Studio jazz. I need something a little more exciting. This one might be fine. This one might be fine. Anyways, I know this type of thing's not everyone's cup of tea, but I also want to also build a lot of nice urban, or like also focus on the rural roads. I know that's not a thing that a lot of people focus on, but I think it'd be kind of fun to make sure I'll ensure that the rural fields also get a lot of attention. Toho music? Ooh, you know what? Like a Toho jazz album would be pretty good. Then I did see that we're getting Mume songs again, even though Mume is long gone. Sometimes I can still hear her voice in the background of my mind. She's still there, just waiting for us. Okay, so this is fine. Let's go build this out. So I need to do... We're just gonna do very basic networking like this. Put this up like that. There we go. And then we just have to signal this, so we're gonna use one way. So we will do drive on left. I think drive on left is fine. I actually want to make this 2. Ooh, okay, how do I... There we go. So let's make this every 2. Yeah, every 2 should be fine. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, let's look for Toho Jazz then. Toho Jazz. I think Toho Jazz will be a nice vibe. Alright. So, there's our bare bones network. Okay. Now, eventually, I do want it to be a proper, just like, it only loops. Like, but for now, this'll have to do. So let's at least get this network going. So I'm gonna just pick a spot. I'm gonna slap down a station just like that. How do I bulldoze? I forgot to actually pick music. Okay. 12 hours of Toho Jazz for work and study. That, sure, why not? So, let's build our first train. So this is gonna be a local train. So what we don't want is we're not gonna build anything super crazy like these giant freight trains. We need something simple. I think a lot of these also don't need additional passenger cars. I think they just are trains. I might... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. How do I delete this? Oh, shoot, okay, let's do it like this. I wonder if we should actually have made the local networks a little shorter rather than making them really big. You take a local train to Shibuya every day? Isn't that really cool? I love the idea of local trains, honestly. Like, it's such a cute concept. So let's go use the classic diesel. Okay, so express passengers, narrow gauge. I think this one will be fine. The Kiha 66. It doesn't need to go super fast at all. It just needs to carry people, so I think this is fine. Okay, so we'll have 2 trains going for now. So let's... Oh, okay, let's do this. Like, let's purge this. And then we need to put a passenger train or a car on it. It doesn't have a lot of horsepower, so I do need to keep that in mind. So we only want passengers. Does this work? Okay, so that doesn't connect. I actually don't know how these connect, so I have to double check which ones actually hook into this thing. But I should be able to put... maybe the Kihas don't hook into this. Wait, hold on. Does this actually... Well, I need to see what this looks like. I've not played with this, so I am curious. Okay, so let's get these going. And then this should go to... Okay, how do I make this go to center? Middle. Okay, so these should be middle. Okay, I want to see this. Oh, okay, so it does copy the train look. Okay, hold on. So here's our first train. Oh, so I'm gonna build our HQ. How do I build our HQ? That's not it. Alright, we're gonna build our HQ. We're gonna put it, like, right here. Alright, I'm not allowed to do that because there is a... Let's pop that. Let's delete the road. And then we can add our little HQ here. Okay, so there's our little HQ. There's our train. So there's our... Oh, jeez. Oh, that thing is struggling. That thing does not like the bridge at all. We may need to work on fixing that. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Okay. So we may have discovered an issue. So take a look at the train. It moves at 100 kilometers an hour. It does not like turns, and as soon as it encounters the bridge, it starts to scream in agony. Any Tokyo line? Let's see what we got. So we have a lot of JNR. We have Shikoku JR West. I don't think I have any Tokyo specific trains. We might get some later, or it might have been one of the other gauges. Let me double check the... Oh, what if it maybe needs to be electrified? Maybe it needs to be electrified if we want to get the Tokyo trains, which would make sense, right? Especially like the more modern ones. like the Tokyo 5000 or 1000. So like the 1000 series. Actually, the 1000 wouldn't even be available yet because it's only 19. Well, I guess the 9000s would be available, right? Well, it's 1980, so you have to kind of figure out what trains are available right now. And I don't think a lot of the Tokyo trains are available at this time point, so we have to wait until time passes. And I set time to pass 20% or 20 times slower than normal. So keep that in mind. So anyways, these trains are going to maneuver back and forth like this, and at least it's growing. Now, what I probably need to do is... let's pause the game, and let's actually purge this bridge. This bridge is, not ideal, is all I'm going to say. So what I'm going to do, actually, is we're going to shrink this down. Back again. Let's bomb that, and bring this back a little bit, and then we're going to make a very light, gentle bridge like this. I think we should be able to build a wide urban. There we go. It's a lot flatter, so it shouldn't cause any major issues. Should we just go straight into electrified rail? I think we might as well just go straight into electrified rail, actually. I don't see why not. Maybe we shouldn't be doing just like generic. Yeah, let's do that. Let's 1, 2, and let's just convert this entire network into electrified. Okay, so I think we just do AC/DC because I don't think it matters. Yeah, that's Scotch gauge. Yeah, let's just do this one. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna just convert all this. We'll convert this rail network here. Okay, so again, I'm playing basically without any regards to cash because most of it doesn't really matter. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna send this to the depot. Ooh. Okay, so I wanted to go to the depot. Okay, so let's go fix this train up. So what do we have access to? Ah, you're looking for these, right? Like the Tokyo Metro. We have the Eidan. You know what? Maybe these would be fine, actually. Let's get rid of this one. This train, I'm not vibing with it. We also have the Tobu trains. Ooh, Seibus. Ooh. Oh, we even have the Odakyu. Ooh. Ooh, Metro Access Commuter. We do have some of the Tokyo trains. We have this 8000 series. Maybe we just do the 8000. Which one, what is your favorite train? Let's ask that question. What's your favorite aesthetic? Maybe we just pick the newest one. That's probably the most sense. The Tokyo 8000. Probably fine. Runs on electric. Okay, so real formation is 4, 5, 8, and 10. So let's make this an 8 train. I think 8 would be fine. Okay, that looks ugly. Let's do this. So, isn't there a way to clone it? Okay. Okay, there we go. So this is the one we want. We're looking for... this is the one we're looking for here. The JP Plus private multi-unit. So let's go to... that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can go 8. I think 8 is fine for this early network. And if we need to make it bigger, we'll make it larger. And then we're just going to give this new orders. So let's go from... oh, I already copied it. Fantastic. All right, so go, my beautiful train. It's time to... oh, shoot. Why is it not going? Oh, I forgot to unpause. We already have passengers. Okay, so we also need a mail car. So let's at least build the rest of the network before we focus on getting mail. So we need a small station at Izumi. So let's do a small... you know what? I think maybe Izumi is not... maybe Izumi is one of those city towns that are too small and they don't need a double... so, maybe they should, actually. Yeah, I guess they need a double. So we'll do single platform. Let's do it like this. So we'll go... so Izumi is a very small town, but they need a station anyways. I know, like, again, I'm kind of cheating in money because I kind of want the aesthetic more than I want the hyper focus on making sure I have a bajillion dollars. So we can do that way, and then do the other way. Ooh, you know what? That looks pretty good. Can we actually add the... oh, we can! Ooh, okay, I really want to make this look pretty. Hold on. Let's do drag and drop. So we need to put a crossing... let's see, do any of these have the crossing? So I think this one is, right? These are buffers. Platform with crossing, so we can go like 1, 2. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. Look, there's the crossing so that the pedestrian can get across and get to the other side. Okay, and then we just have to build the I have to build the actual rail here. But that is how that would operate. Right? Okay, so we'll have to go 3. And then let's just go this way, and then back here. This one erase. Okay, then we need to find a way to hook it into the network here. Again, I'm trying to minimize the amount of times I shrink down the local landscape, but, you know, for early game, I think just fine to just kind of do what you gotta do. So let's just flatten this a little bit, just so that we can get out of here easily. Perfect. And then we'll just go 3, 3. There's got to be a better way to do this, but I think this is the best way to do it right now. So go 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. Now we have a crossing. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of train videos of late, and I'm sure... I think if I ever have like a really hardcore midlife crisis, my midlife crisis is going to be I'm just going to go travel to another country and just go ride trains for days on end. I was watching a guy who, that's his entire YouTube shtick, is he just goes on train networks and just rides them, and just to see what kind of things he can uncover in the far reaches of whatever country he's in. And it's beautiful. It's mostly Japan, but it's enjoyable content. I think it's one of those things where I'd love to see Chinese rail network content, but that's just really not a common thing that you're ever gonna find, which is a little unfortunate. It's just China's not really into the main global internet thing right now. They're just kind of doing their own thing, but maybe one day. There we go. So then this also needs a crossing here, so we'll just do a very basic bland crossing. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but I do like the fact that they have the cantilevers too. Look, the little electric rails above. It's so pretty, and I'm glad that's there. Okay, this one also we need to kind of add the... I don't even know what song this is playing. Okay, so I do need to add the... what's it called? This thing here. So we can have... Okay, maybe it's gotta be... Actually, it's gotta be like here. No, it's gotta be here. Okay. I apparently can't count. Okay, so now this looks terrible, but that's fine. We can fix it. 2, 3... Okay. I didn't fix it. Okay, that's... It should be in the middle, because it's 7, right? So, 1, 2. Alright. So now we need to also hook into the next town, so we're looking at 2 more hookups, and then that'll be the central network. And then we'll start building trains that can kind of fly around these areas. So let's build out here to Nishinomiya. Is it Amelia's theme? Okay. You would think I would know my Toho music, but apparently I don't. So many people would be disappointed in me. I can sense Kahila's judging gaze. Okay, so I think what we'll do is... I'm actually just gonna delete this stockyard. I think it's just in the way. Yeah, let's just purge this. Yeah, get rid of that. There we go. Mostly because I don't want to build around it, and we can fund additional industries anyways. This is the upper track, right? So we can just go... Okay, so we'll go here. Let's flatten this out a little bit again. Is that enough flattening? Yes, that is surprisingly just enough. Okay. Okay, so that's that. And then... we probably need to convert... Oh, shoot. We need to convert the rail here. Okay, yeah, now it's electrified. And then we need to hook into Shibata over here, which means we'll probably go around this. I'm not gonna force... I'm gonna try not to delete this one. We're gonna try to build around it, which shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so then we need to go all the way to... Let's go about... I think about here is fine. Let's hook in... here, and then there we go. So there's the Nishinomiya to Shibata connection. And then we need to hook the last connection into Shimotsuki Central over there. So I think it'd probably be easier if I do it like this. Go in reverse, and then... I think for this one, we can probably just go around. Small bridge across. I do like that wide urban elevated look. And that should be fine. I also, by the way, one other thing that I didn't do yet is I do want to also build bus networks, because real life there's a lot of bus networks that are also involved with just mass transit. It's not just the power of trains. There is a lot of buses involved as well. So let's make sure we remember that our dear buses are also relevant. Did I hook that in correctly? Okay, that's probably fine. Let's delete this road here. Okay, so now we have to go in reverse, and now we need to hook everything up the other direction. I know this is not the most exciting thing, but hey. This is essentially a glorified Just Chatting stream, where you can ask me whatever weird questions you might have, which I don't think most people have anyways, because I'm a very normal person, I like to think. Right? Ooh, that's not a very good looking bridge. That's pretty ugly. But can I actually build this down here? Ooh, actually I can. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, let's do that. Okay, so that network, this whole circular network is almost complete. I do expect the cities to grow inwards this way, and at some point also over here, but we can worry about that way, way later down the line. The towns will not grow unless they get mail, so we do need to also focus on getting mail brought over. So there's Nishiomiya, let's go all the way here. It's fine. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. And then Izumi has connected. All right, so there we go. There's the full network, as intended. Where is our train? How many passengers is it carrying? None. All right, fantastic. This train is just not bringing people yet. Right? Why? Is there just no one that wants to ride this? This train is burning through so much cash. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Speaking of other weird stuff, recently, I saw that Battlefield has released a Battle Royale, and I probably will play it. I probably will play it tonight a little bit, because I actually am kind of curious, because I gave up on Call of Duty ever since they decided that Call of Duty is now a collab game like Fortnite, but Battlefield at least is trying to stay somewhat grounded in reality, and I'm kind of curious to see what their Battle Royale interpretation is, because I generally suck at those games, and I don't like playing them very much, but every now and again I can be convinced to play one. And I think that's what I'm going to try at some point. Okay, so here's our network's fully completed. Oh, right, I forgot to do rails, or signals. We always have to signal this. So, since we're doing a drive on... We're doing a drive on left. Okay, so drive on left. And let's also just go the other way. That should fully signal up to here. And backwards. And then forward. Oh, wrong way. And then, okay, so then forwards. And then, good morning, Ray has woken up. She's arisen from the dead. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, so that's signaled. And then this should be signaled. Perfect, and then we gotta go over here. Again, I hope that OpenTTD is not too boring for people, but it is one of my favorite comfort games, in a sense. Something about just building train networks is just incredibly relaxing to me. You pulled your calf. How? What'd you do? Drive on left, so then this has to go all the way here, and then we can hook this in like that. Okay. So there's the beginning of our burgeoning network. Now, if I can figure out where my train is... Okay, so then we're gonna require it to go to Izumi, Nishinomiya, Shibata. And then we're gonna have it enter middle, middle, middle. Okay, so there's our loop. I'm gonna actually put this into a network grouping now. So I'm gonna call this the... let's call this the Shimotsuki local loop. Okay. You stretched a little too hard. How do you stretch so hard that you pulled your calf? What'd you do? Oh, by the way, I can actually change the livery. I don't think it actually matters for this train. I think this one is just a specific color. It doesn't change. Alright. We're gonna let this train run its loop for a second. Give it a moment. I think it's lost. Oh, I must have messed up the signaling. No, I didn't. What's going on here? Okay, we gotta figure out why this train is not going the direction it's supposed to. It's lost. Okay, so it loops there. Okay, so now it's going back here. So why does it fail to progress into the station? What is going on here? That's... Oh, I know. I think I forgot to... Alright, that was the problem. It wasn't electrified yet. Make sure everything's electrified. Okay. Right, now our loop is fully functional. Anyways, very good morning. Look at my very beautiful train that is slowly but surely gonna make us lots of money as it collects passengers and drops them off. Where did it go? Where's my train? Oh, there's only one. Okay, there it is. Okay, so it doesn't have a lot of passengers, but that's okay. So I think we also need to just do some very small... We need another train that will also bring mail. So right now, the Tokyo 8000 moves at 110, so I need something that moves approximately the same speed, and we'll focus on maneuvering mail around. Although I could probably just throw a mail van on any of these things and probably wouldn't cause an issue. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's pull that train back in. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where did the little bugger go? It blends in a little too well. Okay, so I'm gonna have you return to station. Okay, and then we're gonna quickly... We're gonna make some adjustments real fast. So first of all, I'm gonna add a mail car to it. I guess it doesn't look pretty, but it's got a... Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, okay, wait a second. So I think I can actually convert... Oh, shoot. Okay, so I should... I think I can convert this one, the end one, to mail. Oh, you guys choose different live... Ooh, wait, hold on a second. I can choose different liveries. Okay, so let's call this one the Tokyo Red Belt. Okay, so... Can I make the whole thing just red? Okay, and then I want the last one specifically on this train to carry mail. And I don't think that works the way I think. Okay, that did not do at all what I wanted it to do. Okay, so I can't apparently change the entire thing. So the whole thing should be passengers. And then I want this one to be mail. Does it actually just oh, just... Okay. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, perfect. So now this is going to go, and I'm actually going to clone it. And then I'm going to have this one go, but I'm also going to see if I can timetable it. Okay. Alright, so then we're going to make this non-stop. So if we make these... I think this, in theory, should make it, correct. Okay. So now the loop is working. So, okay, hold on. So I need to change this. I'm going to change this. So this is actually the Shimotsuki local loop. This is the... I need to rename this. How do I rename it? Clockwise. CW. Or CCR. CCW. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to ultimately copy it and then build it in the opposite direction with new trains once that's ready. Okay, I don't want to listen to Toho jazz music. I need something else. Let's listen to... I know. Let's listen to Sim City 3000 OST, because that is a very relaxing soundtrack to listen to and vibe to. Also, I haven't decided what horror game to stream tomorrow. I might need to do a poll for that. Because there's so many horror games that I think would be kind of fun to take a gander at. Okay, so now this town should start growing once it gets more mail flowing in. These towns do take a little bit to get growing. And you do need to start feeding their industries, so we'll eventually, hopefully, get to that point. Even something simple as Nishinomiya, Shibata, or even Shimotsuki Central, which isn't really providing mail right now, but eventually it has to. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's gonna pan out. If I fund anything here... Ah, okay, yeah. So the issue is that we're not transporting enough mail and passengers. And now they want public services, which is faster, and raw food, fish and fruit, because I believe there is a factory that actually processes these things. I can figure out which one it is. So this one takes food. It's a hotel. So if you can feed it fish, fruit, livestock, or milk. So I assume one of these is Shimotsuki's. Okay, so okay, hold on. Wait, what is that town? Okay, so there's the shoals here, which can produce fish. This fishing harbor takes fish and produces food. And then we can take that food and send it to the hotel. I think that's the loop. Also, we're gonna just do some internal network design. So Shimotsuki should also have a proper road design, which we haven't done yet. So let's just at least build out what this town will look like. At least at the very least, the bare bones, like something like this, like a very basic grid. That we will also utilize, because I also want to have something to catch that hotel. Let's build a few buses. I don't know what that waves. I'm at a monorail now. Let's build a bus station. These actually don't look that bad. These actually look kind of nice. Ooh. Alright, anyways, bus platform. So this is only going to be on... I think this is going to be a one-sided. No, maybe we'll do both sides. Let's do something modern. I think this one's fine. Oyama Utsunomiya style. I think we'll do... Let's do both sides Utsunomiya style, and that'll be the hotel pickup. And then we also need to add a bus station system to Shimotsuki Central. And I think for this one, we're not going to use these. We're going to use the bays. Or maybe not. I don't think we're going to use the bays. We're just going to do... We'll do these. You're walking on... How did you end up getting crippled? What did you do? Stop crippling yourself, please. How could you let yourself get crippled? How did you let this happen? Oh, shoot. How did you let this happen? Alright, so we'll do this. I think we'll go... 1, 2... Okay, I did not do that correctly. Bomb this. And then we can hook this in. Now Shimotsuki Central is more correct. Beautiful. And then now we can hook the rest of the railroad network in like... Or road network in like this. Beautiful. Okay, so the way I'm gonna design this... Actually, I don't want it to hook in here. Because the way I'm gonna do this, we're gonna make this one way. Once you enter here... Oh boy. Can't build a road here. What do you mean? I'm just trying to build a one-way road. Oh, because it's owned by the town, isn't it? Oh, that's interesting. Since I don't own this road, I actually can't force this to be a one-way. That's really strange. Anyways, there's our simple bus stop. Let's now set up a road network that just kind of hooks those two up. And that should be fine. Please stop walking crippled. How does this keep happening? How do you keep hurting yourself? Please stop hurting yourself. Okay, so by the way, there's no Japanese buses, so it's all basically just British buses. No one's made a Japanese bus mod, and I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So let's at least plan out some of the network. I'd rather the town grow organically, but to kind of give it a little bit of a jump start, we'll do this. And we'll even build bare bones stations kind of scattered around. Let's go... Let's see, we can get ready to put one over here. And we can get another one over here. Now, these will grow eventually, so that's fine. And then let's get a network going. So we'll connect, and we'll use the... I don't think I like any of these. Maybe this one's fine. 88, yeah, it's fine. And then we'll have this one go loop from Central, transfer, grill and bar, Central. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's two centrals now. Okay, so we're gonna call this one Grand. Perfect. So now it should have a proper name. And then let's just make sure these are non-stop, 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 non-stop. And then we can try to timetable it. Okay. And then just gonna copy that a few times. Okay, so 3 buses, all going the same route, timetable themselves, and they should start moving passengers around So now you can see they've kind of automatically separated themselves, which is fine. I'm not expecting to make a lot of money off of this, but it's mostly just to get it going. The main issue is that it needs to transport out passengers and mail, so we should probably also build a mail system, because that's a thing that matters. So let's also build a small cargo terminal. I think for mail we'll use these cargo bays that are not very pretty, but they kind of get the job done. I think that's fine, so we'll go here. Oh. So Shimotsky transfers connected to that one, and then this one will have its own that I think will connect right out here. And Shimotsky Central will also have one that kind of just is attached. I think this one will actually have a bay. Let's do that. I think that'll be fine. Perfect. And then we also need one on this side as well. So I think for this, though, we will use this bay building like this. It's not the prettiest, but I think it'll be kind of an interesting aesthetic. Okay, so then we need to build mail trucks. And we're just going to use whichever one's the fastest one. So I think this is fine. Let's do this one, and then we're going to do one. Oh, because it's articulated. Oh, these are articulated vehicles. Wait, I don't think these are... Oh. Okay, so this one can. Oh, okay, that's really weird. Okay, look, how do I delete these? Delete everything. That one's too big. This one might be okay. I think this one can handle this bay, right? Perfect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're just gonna have it do its loop over and over and over again, and that should start moving mail around. The goal essentially with this is that I would like to... Oh, hold on. My goal with this is to try to get the... mail flowing, so that the mail will try to go to the main station, and then once it gets to the main station, it gets transferred out. So these should start collecting mail at some point. Not a lot, but probably just enough to kind of get going. This is surprisingly hard to get moving. Okay, so now we need food. They need raw food. So we need to get something delivered to the bar, the grill and rooms over there. So two choices. We can build a small local network to try to feed food over there. I'm thinking we can just take the fish from here and then send it over to here, and then it'll produce food that we can then hook into the main network, and either we deliver it by hand, by car, or we can build a small train that kind of that delivers it. A lot of choices, essentially. I wouldn't mind seeing a lot of cars moving around, so I think that might be more fun to do it that way. I think we'll move the Shinkansen platform, or maybe we'll have it hook into the local platform here. Maybe this should just be kept to passengers. What do you think? Do we have a separate platform for the non-passenger rail? Getting on a rail train, have fun, Arani. Enjoy your evening. Or day, I guess, since it's early for you. Alright, let's get some boats going. We need to get some food over here, so... easiest way to get from there to there is to just build a boat, and we might need to build a port. Ooh, you know what? Building an industrial port's not the worst idea. Actually, hold on. I'm having a cool idea. Yeah, cargo probably shouldn't share tracks. Not with this network. Yeah, I think we might make the central one cargo, and then, or maybe we might have the cargo be like an outer one. That might be fine. Actually, that's not a bad idea. If I need a bike cart? What do you mean a bike cart? Okay, so let's try this. We're gonna build a new ship. This is gonna carry fish. There's a lot of big size ones. We can just take the small one. We don't think we need a big one. Let's do this one. I'm gonna have this go from here to here. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I still have to build a port. Okay, got it. So let's build a port. Or a dock. There we go. And that'll be fine. And then we're gonna combine this into a giant fish network. I think we're just gonna feed a lot of fish into there. And this will kind of be like our food production hub, because there's also a... see, there's also a stockyard here. One for people traveling... Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Got it. Let's do that. So I want that train to then... or that boat to go to... here. And then we're gonna make sure this is full load, and then before it continues. Okay, so there we go. Very small boat. It picks up fish. Eventually. Is this fitted for fish? Please tell me I fit this for fish. It is, okay. It will just take a while for fish to be produced. That's okay. Let's also get another boat. I'm just gonna copy that one, and we're just gonna, instead of going to here, we're gonna have it go to the other one. We're gonna have it go to Abina Shoals like that. Full load, go. So at least now we have 2 fishing trawls gathering metric tons of fish, slowly but surely ready to feed our city that needs food. And now we need to actually find a way to get food in there. That's the hard part. Every business in this game technically is hooked into a town, but I have no idea which town some of these businesses are actually hooked into. There's a town called Minamisoma somewhere, and I have zero idea where that town is. You can see that none of these towns are, like, some of them are growing, the small ones at least. The small ones are growing, which is what we want. But the big ones, oh boy. Also, we're still bleeding a metric ton of money. Just kidding. Oh yeah, because I cheated in a lot of money. That's fine. But we're still bleeding cash. Oh, this is Minamisoma. This is a really small town that's just here. What if I just hook the road in? Oh, that's right. What if we do like high? Ooh, actually. I have an idea. You know what? I kind of want to build a highway network. Probably not necessary, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see one built. Anyways, let's get this one slammed out. So we need to build a way to get the food from the fish market over to the next destination. I think we also want to grab the other one as well. By the way, the more fish that we grab from here, these will slowly make more and more fish over time. That's just kind of how the game works. Okay. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll do narrow gauge, but we're gonna put it on ties instead of the fancy platform, and this is gonna be cargo. Hi Garm, bye Garm. I hope you have a nice rest. Okay, so let's start moving. Let's start figuring out a way to get fish here. It's basically gonna be a massive port, is probably my thinking. So let's flatten this up a little bit. That should be fine. Let's flatten that out, and let's figure out how I want to design this. I'm thinking that we're gonna use the cargo stations. Let's make this out of... Ooh. Concrete slabs. Okay, so I think we'll do... It needs to hook into the other one. Okay, so let's go 7. Okay, whoops. Not mean to do that. Over there. And then we need to find a way to build this out to make it look pretty. Because again, everything in this game is all about looking pretty. Let's, add that there. Add a second platform here. And then we can add some of these buildings that are kind of designed to make it look like, oh, we got stuff going on. So I think we'll use the blue ones because that looks kind of nicer. Like this is fine. And then we will have some of these, what do you call these things? The gantry cranes. Like that. Ooh, that actually looks kind of nice. And just gotta add additional platforms. It's not gonna be the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll be functional. I'm not sure if it, did we actually capture that? Oh, we did capture it now. Perfect. And we just need to find a way to actually hook this into the rest of the bit here. So we'll use, I think this is fine. We'll just add just a bland like this. Okay. Wow. See, look at that. That actually looks not too bad. I think, yeah, actually that looks pretty good, actually. Kind of surprised. Huh. All right. So now we have this, and now we need to find a way to hook it into the other bit over there. So now it actually did produce a lot of food because we transported entire... We moved an entire sack of fish over. Alright, so let's now hook this in. I love how this looks. I do love how this is working. Because we need to move the fish, technically, also into Kasaoka at some point. Like, this will need food, and it has to go to... probably their local hotel. But we need a central area that I can kind of just dump everything, and then from there we can use it. We can That's what I'm thinking of. We can distribute the goods as necessary. I think that's how this is ultimately going to pan out. Yeah, because there should be a hotel here. Right, so the hotels are always kind of in need of stuff. So maybe each of these stations should also have a... I think what it should be is each of these stations should have a cargo platform that's maybe not designed for the big stuff, but maybe just, you know, like a bare bones. Yeah, I think something like this is probably fine. It's not pretty, but I think it works. And it is on a separate type of rail, so that's just something to keep in mind. Because I don't want to hook... I want to keep the rail network separate as possible, especially once we get to the Shinkansen, which is gonna be really hard to figure out how I'm gonna design that. Okay, so again, we're trying to minimize our abuse of the local land, but I'm just not sure how to build over this river. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flatten this out. This can be flattened here. Let's make that flat, and then let's build out... Ooh, the concrete. Ooh, that actually doesn't look too bad. Okay. So I think we gotta go about here. And then we can probably just bridge over here. It's not pretty, but I think it works. Now I probably don't need... I think I could have probably just done a single rail, but I think this is fine too. Okay, so then when that lands over, you can just hook in like this. Ah, there you go. Perfect. And then just gotta do it the other way. Oops, too far. Or too close. It's gotta be out a little bit. It's gotta be more here. Because you want to keep them, again, separate. Okay, then erase that. And then here. See, look at this. I am so good at making trains. Okay, then we also need now we gotta build a junction. We haven't done a junction in a while, so we might as well get that slammed out. What horror game do you want me to play tomorrow? Let's ask that question. I am looking at Silent Hill F, because that one looks pretty fun. But I'm not sure if that's something people want to see. If people don't want to see it, I'm open for other suggestions, what people might be interested in as well. So please, tell me. Yes, you want to see Silent Hill? Okay. Because Silent Hill is a solid option. Okay, so now we got a bridge over here. Oh, we're gonna have to do double bridge, actually. Ooh, a double bridge? Ooh, okay, that's not what I like. Can I build the bridge? Okay, that's probably okay. Silent Hill sounds good? Okay, I guess people want to see Silent Hill, so that might be the horror game of tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I might pull Discord, because if I buy Silent Hill, I mean, that's going to cost money, so I want to make sure, hey, is this something you really want to see? You know, that type of deal. Plus, it was on my list of things to play eventually at some point. Okay, so I'm trying to think how... I mean, I guess this is probably not a high traffic area, right? I could probably just do a normal junction. Like, this doesn't have to be a crazy junction like I would normally do in most other builds. Yeah, something like this is fine. Now, if this becomes a lot higher traffic, I will gladly make this a lot more intense. But for the time being, I think this is perfectly reasonable. We don't have to go crazy. I normally go super nutty on these designs, but for now, let's just embrace simplicity before we go too crazy. Okay, and then this one's here. And then we need here, here, and here. Okay, perfect. And then I need to build a station for this. So let's build the... Oh, we're going to put the depots like right here. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now I need to delete the station here. So let's go this tile, and then we can add the depots. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. It's an actual station. It looks pretty. And now we got to build this. So now we're going to move fish. Or food, sorry. We're moving food now. So this does need a diesel vehicle. So Since we're hauling freight, let's see. Let's sort by introduction date, and then we're just gonna sort by whatever's like the more modern freight train. I think a D10 is probably fine. I think this is probably okay. It's not fast, but it gets the job done. Sure, and then we need to haul food. Probably the open wagon that can, whatever goes at 85 is fine. This is probably okay. The Toki 2500 or the Chisa flat wagons are probably too slow. Ooh, okay. Kind of like this one. Okay, so we're gonna make this, I think we'll do 5 long for now. I probably don't need the 7 long. I think I might have gone a little too large on that, but I wanted to go crazy. Alright, so refit the whole thing to food. Okay, and then we're gonna go from here, and then this one will go to Shimotsuki Grand. Hopefully this week we'll try to do for those non-joke drawing. I don't know. I actually never really think about, because I'm really bad at also commissioning art as well. So I don't really know what you would do. But I appreciate the thought. I do appreciate the thought of you drawing me. I just don't know what you would draw specifically. I'm sorry. I'm just really bad at this. Okay, so hold on. Delete this. Oh, are these sharing orders? Okay, so this one I want to have delete the Grand, and then we want this to go to Kasaoka Woods, and then I want this one to be full load any cargo, and then this one, oh no, fish market should be full load, and then this one should also be full load any cargo at the fish market. Okay, so that's good to go. Let's get that one moving. Okay, so now we have our fish trains ready to go. Also, these should be set to near the middle, and then the other one should also be set to the middle as well. So now the main issue is that these are gonna have to wait for. Yes, we should start looking for Christmas skeb artists. That's true, Ray. So if I'm gonna order this one to go, skip, which should just make a lot of food, and then it immediately gets onto the trains. So perfect. Now I need to make another ship. I don't know which one I'm using. Let's copy this one. Okay, so instead of going to here, I want it to go to. I think there's another one here. Let's go there, and then full load here, and then go. Perfect. So now we have boats ready to go. They're gonna grab metric tons of fish, and they're gonna just get ready to flow them into the network, and hopefully that will start making the towns grow. Shimotsuki especially is kind of the one I'm a little concerned about, because it actually doesn't hook into anywhere that wants food, but that's fine. In fact, this is probably gonna require a second track for now, because instead of making multiple networks, I'm just gonna do like one big area for this type of nonsense. So I think I'll just do like a big asphalt platform that kind of looks like this. Hook this into the rails, something like this. Like that is fine. And I'm probably going to regret this design, but I think it'll be fine. The Shinkansen is still there, but maybe that doesn't end up being the Shinkansen, and I build the Shinkansen in another locale. Hello, Alex. How are you doing, comrade? Good evening. Okay, so now we just need fish to flow in. We need more fish. I have no way to make more fish, but we can make more food if I'm able to get livestock to the stockyard. Thankfully, there is actually a small orchard and piggery right here, and I think this one is a short enough distance that cars probably make the most sense. So we're just gonna build a simple car station here. You sleep for connective. Oh, okay. Well, enjoy your time relaxing here. You're always welcome to relax. I hope you're able to find peace. I know how busy life can get. Don't worry. I've been there before. It's rough. Okay, then we're gonna have the. I think we'll design the vehicular drop-off. Something like this is probably fine. A lot of one-ways. Let's do a design like this is okay. Ooh, yeah, I'm kind of liking this actually. So we're gonna try to avoid again. think most people would normally try to build a like with, well, if they're playing OpenTTD, they're trying to build against nature. I'm gonna build with nature. I want to build kind of following the natural curvature of the road as much, or the mountains as much as possible, and then we'll try to, you know, make that look pretty. So it does need to be a highway. So I think the way this has to work is I could probably build a tunnel through here. Yeah, let's build a tunnel through here. It's probably stupid to do so, but I kind of like the idea of just having this there. Perfect. Now the smart thing to do here would be to have a single road. Maybe we don't need a maybe we don't need to design it like the way I'm designing it. Yeah, it's probably not that much traffic on this realistically, so I think a single road probably makes the most sense. Yeah, that's fine. Let's bomb this. Okay. Let's bomb that out, and then I think we can hook it in something like this. Okay, I see. No, so the way we need to design this is we're gonna have it like this, and then out here, destroy this, 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 and this. Okay, there we go. And then I can one way in here, and then one way out that way. So this is all one way, technically. Anyways, I hope your work survive. I hope you survive work. I think a lot of us here have full-time jobs, and we all know the struggles that are involved when it comes to just maintaining your sanity after a hard day work. I've been there. Most people here have been there. We know the pain. What do you mean can't have junctions? Okay. So there's our mountain road to these orchards, and really what we're here to do is steal their livestock. Build a road vehicle depot right around here. Perfect. If your work dies, you don't get paid. I mean, I'm not going to deny that's the way it works, but you're not wrong. Okay, so let's go grab... which is the fastest? Okay, so I think we'll do this one at 72. And then we're going to hold livestock in here. And then we're going to go from here to here. And then we're going to do full load any cargo. And then we're just going to order that to go. And then we're just going to copy it a couple times. And then send it off. Perfect. So this should have dropped off some food. And it didn't. Because the food has to get transferred out from here to here, and that's the only way to get this to grow. Inkasaoka's still not growing because it needs the raw materials now because it's too big. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very, very heavily used network later on. For now, it's not super crazy. And once we get more food pulled in from here, it'll make a lot more sense. I think that'll be fine. Anyways, unfortunately, yeah, people need to work to make money to live, Kahila. Isn't it unfortunate that we all have to suffer through this indignity of work to survive? It's okay. We all suffer together. That's just how it is. Okay, so then the other thing I need to do is... I need to find a way to actually funnel that food into the Shimotsuki grill and rooms. You know what? I don't think this actually is going to be the... maybe the Shinkansen will be somewhere else. Maybe this should be the Shinkansen. We can probably make it prettier somewhere else. This is fine. Because if I do that, I'm going to have to build above here, which is a little annoying. And I haven't even made a full crazy junction here at all. This is a very bare bones junction. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this one. I think it's this one, right? I'm going to have it full unload everything. So once it gets food, which I'm going to do right now, it's going to drop off that food. Perfect. And then I need to then funnel this food all the way here. So I'm going to build a truck that specifically does that. So we're going to grab... can't be the articulated one. It's got to be the flatbeds for the last mile. And we're going to have it go from here... here, and yeah, then we'll have a full load, and then this one should only carry... Okay, none of that's food. This is the wrong vehicle. Okay, refrigerated truck. Sure, this one is fine. I'm gonna have it go from here to here. Okay, apparently didn't need to do that because it was already in there. And then go. So now we have food flowing into this facility. But it's not enough because they want raw food? Wait, where am I supposed to feed raw food into this? Hold on. Is there like a factory that I missed? Shimotsky needs raw food 3. Which is a little difficult to figure out how I'm supposed to pull that off. I think these actually all are Shimotsky. Oh, you know what? It's this dairy. Let me double check this. Let me double check my script. I don't actually... Maybe I'm not understanding this. Okay, so you've renewed village growth. I should be able to do this then. So that's Nobeka. Shimotsuki's industries are like right around here. Kasaoka, Izumi, steel mill. Okay, so we need fish, fruit, livestock, or milk. But where does it get delivered to? Because none of these accept those. Unless there's another industry that I missed. Oh, you know what? It's these. These industries that are so far away. Okay, so we need to send raw material to these industries. Or we probably should have used this, some of these other stuff over here. But we've already committed to this, so that's fine. We'll make it work. Okay. There's, I think we just do... Yeah, there's livestock here. We can just send it over to the dairy farm. And then we can find a way to bring it in there. Maybe we just do, like, a boat from here to here, and then it feeds into here. Or we could do a train. Or maybe the train makes the most sense. Alright. Well, we gotta get food going. And actually, wait, wait, no, there's a full food industry here. You know why? Here, let me show you. There's a full proper food industry that we can abuse here. Because these two facilities, actually... so I think we'll do a triple, and then we'll just make this a big ol' area where there's a lot of food. Let's quickly add train depots like this. I don't think I want it to... no. I have an idea. So I think I'm just going to make it look like this. Delete these depots. Oh yeah, this is going to look terrible. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What is this music? Is this still SimCity? I know it's not the most exciting thing. I know it's kind of boring to some people, but I like this. There was like I said, there was a YouTuber I've been watching a lot recently, and his entire shtick is that he does train content, and I've been having a lot of fun watching that type of stuff. Something about it is just really engaging to me, and that's why I enjoy games like this. I grew up playing games like Roller Coaster Tycoon, which I guess is like the crazy part. I did that whole thing that people were doing. Is like, oh, look at these games that represent who I am, and I looked at my list and I'm like, wow, these are just Tycoon games. Like, I played so many as a kid, and I think the only one I really wish was kind of still around was the Giant series, but unfortunately they died because, well, Joe Wood Productions is dead, and the company that made the new one, let's just say they didn't really care to make a good game, which is unfortunate. So it's a little sad. It's always sad when a cool company you like just dies, just because it's always the Germans making interesting tycoon games. I think the Germans are very business-minded. That's why they're able to make these games. That's why games like Farming Simulator are so popular with people. I don't think Farming Simulator is really my type of game, but I can appreciate the dedication people have towards it. Okay, so I think we go up to... I think this is as far as we'll go. Other than, like, what, Fire Emblem? I forgot to put Fire Emblem on that list on the first time I did it, so I put it on the honorable mentions, because I was like, oh, right, I forgot I play Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem 6, that's an interesting one. Why 6? Yeah, I'm kind of curious why 6 specifically. Maybe we should have made these a little better. That's fine. These aren't supposed to be, like, super crazy anyways, so just do there, there. Okay, then we gotta do at least another bridge. This music legitimately sounds like it came out of Danganronpa, and it's kind of concerning me. Alright, that's fine. So let's go hook this in here. So at least we can hook in... Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's not ideal. That's workable. This is not Danganronpa music. I'm not even kidding. This is actually SimCity 3000 music, which is the really funny part. Also, how are you doing, Z Opposer? So hook in here, hook in here. Okay, so that can feed additional food into Shimotsuki Grand, or I could have hooked it into the fish market over there, but I guess it's too late. You're just chilling? Well, welcome to the chill zone, where hopefully you'll find this to be somewhat enjoyable as funny trains do their thing. Okay, so now we gotta feed this with material. And then this needs to be... This is not the very pretty way of doing things, but I think it works. So we'll just do it like this. Like this, and then we'll just have to make sure these are signaled correctly. And then 1, 2, 3. And then here we're gonna do one-way signals. We're drive on left, so if I did this right, should be able to do it like this. Perfect. That actually worked out fine. And then we'll do another one here and here. Perfect. So the goal is I need to move this dairy farm to these two factories, but I have to do it manually because apparently that's not how I didn't do this correct, or it's not feeding it itself. So we're gonna feed it ourselves in a very janky way. So I think we'll do it like this. And again, I'm also trying to make the stations look pretty. It's not going to be the perfect, but it's going to be functioning. I think we'll do something like... Okay, so I think the way this is designed, I think I can go about here. We'll even put a few buildings to make it look like it's important. Yeah, like that. Ooh. Ooh, that's beautiful. And then we can add our pickup stations or truck stops like this. And then we'll do probably something along the same lines like over here as well. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to look like a station, technically, right? Like, vaguely enough. Also, hello, Skypian, how are you? Okay, so then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna loop back out like this. Okay. Ooh, actually, so if it's drive on left... And I need to make it one way. Okay, so I think we'll have to do it like this. No, that's not how it works. Okay, wait, how do I do this? Okay, so it has to feed in, and then it pulls out. Okay, wait, hold on. So if it feeds in this way, and then feeds out this way... I guess that doesn't work the way I think it's supposed to work. Because then it's going to feed in this way, and then it feeds out this way. But it still needs to hook into the main network, which I guess just means it has to go, like, right around here. But then that's not a one-way road anymore, because the... Yeah, that's not... I don't think that works. You're doing EP? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you just tired? I know a lot of people have been tired recently. Listen, we're all getting hit with that big tired. I get it. Don't worry. Oh, actually, what if I do it like... Oh, actually, I have an idea. What if we go, like, here instead? Okay, that's not ideal, so let's bomb that. Let's flatten this slightly. Build a road. Like this. Then let's this is... I need to change the music. I know this is not ever... This is actually gonna... I like SimCity music, but this one is SimCity 4, and it's... There we go. Department store music. No, that's gonna put people to sleep. What is a good, nice, energetic music soundtrack? That's not just anime music. Oh, actually, let's just listen to 80s Japanese music. That's fine. Copyright be damned. Oh, I don't like Terraria that much. I have negative opinions of Terraria. I'm sorry. I know it's some people's favorite game, but me, I had not the most exciting experience playing it. Okay. Here's our road network. I'm not gonna get into it, but I just don't want to play Terraria. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, so can I put... Okay. First of all, this OC needs to start playing. Listen, we're building a Japanese road network. We might as well embrace the, embrace it. So let's have a livestock train or truck. I'm not gonna use the crazy one. Let's just use this one is fine. And this one's gonna go from here to here. And then we're gonna have it full load any cargo, and then we're gonna just copy this a couple times. Alright, and then go, and then we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do it for milk. So we're just gonna pick whichever one is at least decent. I think this access truck is fine. Milk, load here, and then we're gonna set this to full load as well, and then copy this a few times. Perfect. Alright, so in theory, this should start producing livestock and milk, and then when that's filled up, if I did this right, it should be one-ways. Oh. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, I see what's going on. I messed up the one-way roads. Okay, so that should be okay now. Perfect. So that should start producing food, in theory. But now we need to find a way to ship that food over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a train. I'm actually just going to copy this one over here. And we're going to have it go from... Shimotsky Horse Market, full load, and then travel around. So I think that should be okay. There we go. There's the food. Ah. Perfect. It's perfect. I also do like gameplay loops of aesthetic and fighting against the odds. I think that's a common joke about like every male fantasy is just trying to survive against the odds and fighting against an unstoppable fate. I see that all the time, and it's true. People just like that a lot. Okay, so there's still not we're not transporting enough mail out of town. Really? No, I think we need to build more of these trains. Where's my passenger train? How many do we have on this loop? Okay, so I'm gonna copy this. This is not making money, by the way. Like, this train is just... it ain't making money. I'll say that much. We are not making cash on this. Actually... Okay, how do I delete this whole one? Okay, so... Control-click to share the orders. Okay, so share the orders. Send that. And then we're going to copy it again without copying the orders. And this one... Let's see, we're going to call this... Oh, jeez. Oh, I can actually subdivide this. Whoa, wait, I didn't know that. Okay. CC. Or clockwise, and I need another group, and this one's going to be counterclockwise. Okay, so then these... I'm gonna move all four of these to the... Okay. Oh, I have to do it one at a time. That's annoying. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then this one we're gonna put in the new one. And this one is gonna have a slightly different order set. And this one is gonna go from... We're essentially reversing the order, so from grand... Okay, so now we have to reorder... Oh gosh. Okay, hold once. This one... Oh boy, this is gonna be annoying. Okay. So it's gotta go to... Shibata should be right here. And then Nishinomiya. And then... Okay, so that is a circle, right? That's a circle. It's not a circle. No. Yes, it is a circle. Okay. So that can start flowing. So if I did this right, that one should start moving in this direction. Perfect. All right. I think it's working, kind of. Now, the problem is that we don't have a lot of mail, or not enough mail in this town. Not enough mail transported out. Problem is that I can't get any more mail here. What if I build a statue of myself and let's see how this pans out. At the very least, maybe some of the other towns will start growing. I know some of these smaller ones are, bit by bit. Nishinomiya is definitely getting a little bigger as time passes. It's also the... Oh, actually, hold on. You know what I should do here? I have an idea. Let's actually build a bridge so that these two towns can connect to each other. Let's make it a simple... Ooh, a wide urban elevated. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay. That'll be a lot nicer once this area's become a lot more urbanized, but it's only 1981. Things will go slowly. It's not meant to grow that quickly. So at least the network is moving. Kind of. I just think I can't get... Not enough passengers or mail is transported out of this town. Do I need more buses? Speaking of... What do you mean, speaking of? I think we just need more trains flowing. There is cargo distribution, so the trains do... passengers do have a specific destination in mind when they travel. Actually, it's kind of nutty here, too, because like this one's just producing a metric ton of food. Because this factory's going nuts. Yeah, this friend call... you had a friend call you weird by telling him find the urban surrounding way more relaxing than his farm. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think some people just naturally are more inclined to enjoy more urban areas. Don't let your friends shame you into because you like more urban vibes. Quite frankly, I also kind of enjoy urban vibes a little bit more than rural vibes. Also, hello Havel, good evening. How are you, Havel? Hopefully you've been doing well. I know you've been probably stuck with work or other things that have been driving you a little crazy. But welcome. Hopefully you've been having a grand time. If not a grand time, hopefully you're at least surviving. I need to double check the script here. Maybe I don't want to play with the script. Can I turn it off? I can't. I guess once we're committed to the script. Even with easy mode, it's still not enough, huh? I can't make this get any bigger, can I? I've been doing pretty good. We're building a nice little town network if I could just get this town to grow, but it refuses to grow because I can't feed enough passengers out of this stupid thing. Which is kind of driving me nuts. There's a lot of food sitting here too. I don't actually like how this is panning out over here, but Shimotsuki is probably like my testing ground for various things that I want to do. So I'm okay with it being a little jankier. That's not producing enough. That's not producing a lot of food. Not sending enough mail out. Let me double check the script. So we're using better. What is the one I'm using? Renewed village growth. Renewed village growth. OpenTTD. Let me Google this real fast. Okay. I just don't know how to get the mail moving. Someone also complaining about the villages growing very slow. Okay. So slowest. Okay. So reduce slowest town growth. Okay, so we'll do 100. Okay, so that way they will still grow, I think, even if needs haven't been met. I think that's how that works. Hmm. We'll give it a second to try to figure it out. Maybe I need to reload. Let's let me save and reload real fast. Maybe that'll be how this works. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just reload this real fast. Sometimes you just brute force a reload. Things are okay. Here we go. Okay. First, specify categories. Town becomes a contributor. Okay. Passengers and mail from that town can stop the town growth. Okay, that should be okay. So that, in theory, should start letting us grow, I think. That should be fine. You know what? I think this town would have made a lot more sense with, what's the word I'm thinking of? This probably would have made a lot more sense making a tram network rather than a bus network in this poor city, but oh well. I think some of these are now not growing any faster. Yeah, I think we've kind of reached the growth peak here. Some of these towns are really tiny. I don't know how to get the mail out of this town. Because most of these aren't even getting mail. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is, actually. I think I know what setting broke this. Hello, Silver Pen. How are you? I'm trying to figure out why my script is preventing my cities from growing as fast as I would like it to grow. And I think it's because my game option. It's probably cargo distribution. Let's try this. See if this does anything. See if this changes how this operates. Maybe this will help the growth of this, because we're funneling passengers out of here, but we're not funneling enough mail, and that's why the game's complaining. Anyways, Kahila, like I'm saying earlier, I think there's nothing wrong with enjoying a more urban vibe, quite frankly. I'm one of those people who enjoy urban aesthetics more than I enjoy the rural times. So I get it. I'm kind of with you. I can probably grab from here and send it over here. You know what? We might as well build a small highway. Actually, you know what? A highway next to a Shinkansen major rail network does not sound like the worst idea. Let's see. So this is Natsushiobara. Oh, that is a long name. What's over there? And we're already stealing all their fish. You took that night off. Oh, okay. So yeah, because I remember you work nights, right? Like you have a very, very weird work schedule. Let's see. I wonder if I should have chosen a different script. I have an idea. So I think for now, just to kind of get this kickstart this, I'm gonna change the game script. We're gonna switch just 10. It's the 2. And then let's see how this pans out. Maybe this will help it grow a little faster. I don't know if it's transporting enough mail. Like, what's the minimum? I know you have I remember you have like a really odd work schedule, but I'm glad at least you're here to say hello. It's always good to see familiar names, you know, that's how I feel. Because I know times change, but I'm eternal. VTubers are eternal, specifically me. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Wait, hold on. What if can I fund an industry that maybe gets more mail in here? No. Okay, none of these would... You only get more mail from more passengers. I have no way to get this... I have no way to get this any crazier. Oh, you want the thing? Alright. Sure. You're mildly irritated? What happened, Kahila? Nothing sweet. What's wrong with white chocolate? Actually, white chocolate's kind of... I'm actually not terribly fond of white chocolate. This script is like not do. I'm going crazy trying to figure out why this script is not making the city grow. Let's see if I type it in mail. Line cargo. Town growth very slowly. Okay, there's different towns. Let's. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. So I think the way. All right, just to make sure, just make this go. Let's go back to the game script, and we're gonna change this to. Just gonna change this to 0, and see if that kind of kicks this thing off. Maybe that'll get this moving. Let's also just save the game real fast. So I'm gonna just do this real fast because I'm not saving this on the right folder. Let me just go to. Let me pick one of these drives. I have like 15 different drives. I just need to find the right drive. This one? No. 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 This is fine. Alright, so I'm gonna save here. And then I can reload from that drive. Okay, let's see if... Oh no, this is the one I was doing last time. Wrong one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this should be fine. Category minimum. So you need 1,000 raw materials once you hit 1,000. Processed materials when you hit 4K. Final products when you hit 8K. So this should be okay. This should start growing. There we go. Oh my goodness, it's finally growing now that I adjusted my settings. Oh my goodness, now the cities grow. Oh my goodness, now we have actual growth in our towns. Perfect. All right. So they will grow, albeit a little slowly, but it'll take time. So Shimotsuki will get a little bigger. Kasuoka is going to get a little bigger. And they will all get a little larger, bit by bit. Also, we are burning through cash, but I'm kind of just cheating money in because I, quite frankly, don't care. Our trains actually do make a net profit, surprisingly, so that's not actually a big deal. You might want to see our trains here, but they are a little slow. Especially this core loop is just not making a lot of money because there's not a lot of people. Oh, okay, it's something you have to be in the mood for. Fair enough. No, I get it. To be fair, I'm also kind of the same way. If I don't like something, you know, why am I gonna eat it? Okay. So we can make a lot of food from these towns, but I definitely want to try making these a lot more, you know, aggressive in how they are producing, well, goods. So essentially, the main idea is we're gonna have 3 main networks, okay? We're gonna have a like local network. We're gonna have a cargo network, and then we're gonna have a the main trunk line. So right now the main trunk line isn't connected to anything, but it's prepared. In fact, I kind of want to go to Ichikawa over there and maybe start setting up a small network. Eventually I want to found a town here, and maybe we'll get over here as well. I'm a trunk line? What do you mean? Is that supposed to be an insult? Am I being called a tree? I am a tree though, so it's fine. Alright, let's start funneling more stuff in here. We can also get farm supplies, but I don't think we have anywhere producing farm supplies. I'm being insulted here. I'm being called a mean thing. I kind of want... Oh, actually, wait, hold on. There's livestock here. Ooh, I have an idea. Since these are much smaller and out of the way, what if we design it like this? What if we design... Yeah, what if we design it like this? Ooh, actually, that's not a bad idea. And then we'll have another one all the way over here, which is also awkwardly positioned. For someone who gets a lot of rides. Wow! I can't believe this. A tree cat girl? Listen, I've seen crazier things on the internet, so a tree cat girl is probably one of the tamer concepts you could probably come up with in this day and age, considering everyone and their mother as a VTuber needs to have like some kind of gimmick. Everyone needs a gimmick now. Everyone's always got to have a gimmick. Alright, so I think we just go build a centralized trunk like this. and then that's fine. So these are probably gonna be okay. I'm just gonna make new vehicles. I'm just gonna copy the what is this one? Milk truck. This is the cargo truck or livestock truck. Okay, so fantastic. We're gonna copy you. And we're gonna change your order. We're gonna make you go from not Meadows. I want you to go to this Meadows. Full load. And then we're gonna copy this twice. Send that off. Okay. Do you think they have the call the Elven Fire Department when young cat girls end up a tree and can't get down? Do we think elves and cat girls live in the same time period or in the same realm of existence? That's what I'm curious about. Although the idea is very amusing. Okay, it's perfect. I might actually copy that vehicle. I want to make sure this one is... Let's have 3. So send that one off, and then I'm going to copy the milk truck. Delete Shimotsuki Meadows, and I want this one to go to Shibata. Full load here. And then copy this 3 times. Go. Okay, so now we have more trucks. Perfect. For sure, because it's funny. You know what? I can't argue with the funny logic. That's true. Alright, then I need to go to Nasubara Orchards. This one will have just livestock. I'm just going to copy the flatbed. We're going to have this go from here, and we're going to have it go instead to the orchards, full load, and then I'm going to copy this 3 times. Or twice. Perfect. Alright, look at that. We have... Well, we have things. If I set this up correctly. Please tell me I set this on up. Yes, perfect. Your thoughts is just elves or cat girls? Long-eared, smug, stupid, elevated sense of superiority. Oh, wait, are you calling elves stupid? Aren't elves supposed to be the super smart race? Elves are like the noble, esoteric types who are so smug because they have a sense of superiority over everyone else, and none are better than the elves. The elves are hoity-toity on their magic trees. It really does depend on the setting, though. Like, in my personal setting, elves are... Well, they are basically kind of tree huggers. Okay, this is actually... It's actually starting to make money. Okay, so Izumi's growing. Nisa's not, but I'm probably going to just fling passengers between these two. So I have an idea. What we're going to do is I'm going to build a small... Oh, I have an idea. Let's see. Ah, wait a second here. We can make the train station look pretty. Hold on. So I know we're using for this one narrow gauge electric. Oh, I just realized I'm not using electric for this one, am I? Oh, I wasn't using electric. Whoopsies. Some of them I was. Okay, I don't know anymore. So I know we're using narrow gauge slabs here. I want to try to make this a little pretty. There's only... Okay, so there was a good 10 years ago when every new fantasy franchise had elves be really either broken people or actually horrible, disgusting some way. Elves being marginalized slaves. Isn't... Okay, so I really have not paid attention to a lot of Western RPGs. Is that how the thing is now? Is that elves are just being abused by everyone? Oh, jeez, I lost my internet connection. Hello? Am I back? That was weird. I looked and I lost internet connection for a second. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna change the interface size a little bit. I think it's a little too big. There we go. Hi. Okay, cool. We're back. I don't know what happened. That was strange. Anyways, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough about the elves thing. I don't really pay too much attention to elf-related content. Yeah, I don't know. My internet sometimes just explodes and it's very weird. I don't know how to stop it. Oh, I forgot I had these. Right, I have these objects that I can use to make this look a little prettier. Perfect. So for example, I could put an office building right here and no one can stop me. Look at that. Oh. Perfect. Office buildings to really flesh out that vibe. So what we'll do is we're gonna put a road here. I also want that there to kind of fit the vibe. So I think what I need to do is... I need a bus station here. I think we just do something like this. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. And then we'll just do a one-way in and a one-way out. Okay, so that is the Nishinomiya bus station. And we'll need a bus station over in Nisa as well. I guess it's fair, because I guess everyone's just kind of sick and tired of like the Tolkien, oh, the elves are pure, pristine people who can do no wrong, and they're also really cool and powerful. I think people also got sick and tired of, like, Drow? Remember the Drow? Remember, what was that one guy, Drizzt? Everyone, like, there was a lot of media a long time ago. It was like, everyone's like, oh, look at Drizzt, the greatest Drow to ever exist. Something like that, anyways. I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I remember that, at least, vaguely. Alright, so then we're gonna build roads from... Okay, so we're gonna have passenger buses now. Let's go from... Let's see, we'll use a couple of the... These are fine. I'm literally just gonna have it loop from Nishinomiya to Nisa. Oh, I didn't build a station in Nisa yet. Okay, let's do that. I think we'll do here is fine, like a Nisa central location, and then just copy this a few times and send them all off, and also say I'll share. Okay. Okay, please tell me I fixed all of them. Nope. Okay, got it. This is gonna be annoying. These do not share orders. Well, they can figure themselves out. That's fine. Tolkien is when everyone to be player characters, as it were. No, because they're supposed to be. You're supposed to be the humans. The elves are just there because they're supposed to provide a backdrop and a backstory to the setting, but everyone wants to be a very cool elf character lady now, or man, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's definitely a joke that runs itself. This is not getting a lot of passengers. How is Shimotsuki? It's very slow. I'm gonna let the game run on max speed because of how I set the game. Again, 20x slower is how this is running. There's a lot of food that can be dropped off at the hotel. Wasn't because he's a drow. He's a filthy dark drow. Wasn't that the lore? Okay, there we go. That's connected. I should probably set up something here at Minamisoma. Ooh, maybe I could have set up like a small local network. Maybe like a small train? Or maybe we... Oh, actually, I know what we need to do. We need to build, bus stations here before it's too late. Because it's gonna get really nasty if I don't do this fast enough. Yeah, we gotta slap down, bus stations here real quick. Yeah, it's fine. One amusing thing about this is I'm fairly sure that this rice paddy house is going to get subsumed into the greater city at some point. Start adding just basic train station or car station, bus stations, like around. Let's see. Especially because Kasaoka is relatively large. One, and then we'll do another one over here. So we'll call this the. Well, this will be Kasaoka, like some kind of Kasaoka loop. Yeah, so at least those 3 stations. I have not sorted my vehicles, and that's kind of a problem. So I should probably start doing that. We're gonna make a new group. We're gonna call this Kasaoka bus. Yeah, we're having a very interesting talk about elves. What's your opinion on elves, Ranu? Tell us. What is your opinion on the knife-eared people of fantasy realms? Tell us. I'm sure nothing you say could be any worse than what we've already said here. Alright, so we'll go from here to Kasaoka, and then we'll go to Kasaoka West. And that should be fine. So we're gonna copy this a few times. We'll copy it 4 times, and let's make sure that these are all non-stop, 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 timetable, autofill, automate. Perfect, and then go, go, go. So they should start separating themselves. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that regular bus service that we finally have. It's probably not making a lot of money, but that's okay. As long as this is getting... As long as it's growing, even a little bit. That's all I care about. Maybe the time period that I set this up, like the slowdown's a little too intense. Maybe I'm gonna adjust that. Let's adjust that real fast. Change the economic speed reduction to 20. Or to 10. I think let's make this slightly faster. It's a little too slow. That should be a little better. Should probably make a little bit more sense now. I just wanted to make sure the vehicles could last a lot longer. They make you feel nothing. There was a teenage paranormal romance protagonist for that became. Then you know that's true. I completely forgot that Trizet is kind of like that young adult fantasy fiction type character. I think Freeran and Marcel are the only tales you ever cared about. Ah. You know what's really funny? I had a friend I remember talking to, and he had a very negative opinion on Freeran. Like, he just hated Freeran completely, which I thought was kind of funny, but he said, like, he watched it, and his opinion was it just went nowhere, and it made him not enjoy it at all. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he just didn't like it. He thought that it... You know that Family Guy clip where Peter's like, the Godfather insists upon itself? Imagine that, but you're talking to a guy about anime, and his opinion, and that was his opinion for Frieren. It insists upon itself. It's a little weird to say it like that. But I think it's fine to, like, I mean, I respect his opinion. He just didn't like it. It wasn't for him. He said it was too slow and he didn't enjoy it because of how slow it was. And you know what? Fair enough. It's not a fast series. It is a slow burn of a franchise. Oh my goodness, it's actually growing. Look at that. 720. We're getting more houses. It's happening. All right, how do I make this go faster? Large advertising campaign. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but I just want this to grow. We just can't get any mail here faster, which is the unfortunate part. If I adjust the game script settings again, none of these are really... Maybe if I crank this up a little bit, so that maybe they grow a little faster. That should be okay. Alright, so far so good. Let's see. What else do I need to do? Also, again, because I said I'm doing this, we are cheating a little bit by getting more cash. Because I'm focusing on building the network. What is the trend going towards after-story franchises? I'm sure, like, anime trends follow whatever's super popular. Freerun tried to do something unique, and I think a lot of people wanting to do Freerun-related things would make a lot of sense, because people... I think, here's the thing. In a lot of media, you don't get access to the after-story. And I think people do want to see, like, an epilogue style. Freerun just kind of took the adventure, skipped the adventure, went for the epilogue, and then decided they're going to make another story out of the epilogue. And I think that's fine. I think it's kind of cute. I think it's actually a really nice idea. Okay, so... I want to build a rail network to Nasushi-Obara, and I think that'll be the part of the Shinkansen network. The other option is we skip Nasushi-Obara and just go dump straight into Kameoka and just try to carve through the mountains. So basically, here's the choices. We can build a network that goes like around the island, or we can just go build straight through the mountains and try to create our network that way. I think let's keep it simple for now, and let's try to build a fast network down to Nasushi-Obara. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Oh, you know what I should do actually? Hold on. Maybe the, trying to think real quick how I want to do this. The other option is I do want to, you know what, hold on. Since I want to make this kind of nice, I'm gonna dump a town in here. I'm kind of curious how this funding towns work. We're gonna fund a town. Asahikawa. Can I dump it in, like, right here? You need 19 billion. Okay, since I'm fine with that, let me just give myself some cash here. Because again, I don't care. We're just here to have fun. Okay, so there's Asashikawa. So there's gonna be our next Shinkansen station. I think that'll be fine. So how do we actually get there? Okay. So using narrow gauge track, and we're gonna build our Shinkansen station here. Ooh, actually, wait, we can make this really pretty. Hold on. Okay, so it must be number 2. Let's make it 7. Ooh, like a grand station? Ooh, actually, I don't know how I feel about that. Get rid of that. Let's just build our own station here. So I think what we can do... Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Okay, so you can add a mall, and you can have like tower blocks. Yeah, like this. So this is gonna like, kind of show off like it's a big fancy station. We'll actually keep it small for now. And then you can add the platforms. Now you could do like these, but I think that might be a little unnecessary. Basically, the reason for this is if you want to build over. But at the same time, you can kind of do something interesting, but I think that's a little excessive. Let's just go with... let's see. Let's go with the... I think this is fine, so we'll go 1. That's the middle. Oh, you know what? I have a better idea. Okay, so I want to make this look pretty. Like that. Ooh, we can give this like 4 platforms. And then we'll use this Shinkansen platform. This might actually be a little excessive. Okay, can we drag and drop, please? You know what? I kind of like how that looks. Ooh. Ooh. It's kind of nice. I kind of like how that looks. Ooh. Oh, I have a lot of, what's it called? I have a lot of additional mods installed, so that's why. Also, hello Normar. You could guess why people don't like Freerun, Overlord, and stuff like that. You know, people want to like Mars. I like Overlord because it's a little different from most isekai. Because it's very much a villain-centric series rather than a heroic series. I think that's kind of nice, actually. It's very different. It's a very fun, wacky time. All right, let's go see if we can drag this out here. We gotta build this out. I've been meaning to slam this out. Oh, I'm sure if you read it, it's serious. But I think from my experience, because I haven't really watched too much of it, I only know... Like I said, my experience is only with the anime, and I've not even finished the anime. Oh, Wide Urban Elevated's fine. I kind of want to expand this out here a little bit, so I want to make sure the rivers are even. Something like this is fine, and then we can probably bridge out here, and then probably out here. There we go. And that didn't build it all the right way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the question is, how do I bridge over? I don't want to bridge over, because the problem is that bridging the Shinkansen is probably not the smartest idea. I guess I don't really have a choice. Oh, hopefully this is gonna be fine. Otherwise, we might have to try to figure something else out here. Ooh. This is okay to flatten, I think. That's okay. Again, I want to build within following the environment, but that one's a little much. You love isekais that go all in world but have the world react basically the person OP self-insert pro tag. So you like Overlord because you can't get it from the anime, it's just too much deal. I might have to read the books at some point. I have so many light novels to read and so many books to read. I know there was that recommendation by, what was it, Jaylee yesterday, who was like, hey, have you considered reading these wuxia series? And I was like, not really. I'm not really a wuxia person, but I can be convinced. You know what, I kind of want to build another town over here. I think it would make sense to have another city approximately in this location. So we're just gonna do that as well. Just give me a bunch of cash, game. And then let's slam out town here. City size. We're gonna call this one... Nagoya. Alright, here's Nagoya and not Nagoya. Oh, it's actually sizable. Okay. Alright, same thing. We're gonna slam out our platform. I think this one probably only needs a 2. Oh. Would we have a local road here? We probably would have a local route if we add additional towns. So maybe that's fine. And then I'll decide if I want to make that any fancier later, but I think this is okay. There's a lot of people to see it. I mean, that's to be fair, that's a lot of franchises in general. For example, I mean, I mentioned this before, but one of my favorite series of all time is Zero no Tsukaima, and I cannot, in good conscience, recommend that series to most people. It is really evocative of what I would call, like, 2000s anime tropes with it's even got a tsundere voiced by Kugirie, if that gives you any idea. I'm changing the background song to something more banging. I mean, I could. We just kind of listen to like relaxing Japanese music the whole time, but if you want something a little more intense, I could. Oh yeah, like a lot of stuff back in the day like had tropes of like being a pervert, having the tsundere, like that type of very petan tsundere was the vibe. A lot of things had. What song do we want to listen to then? Let me see what I have on my available playlist, besides from me singing, because I don't want to sing. Let's listen to... Shoujo Heroine J-pop. Sure, why not? That sounds fine. Okay, let's build the other network. Okay, so we should be able to reach the other town with this without too much issue. I do want to flatten some of this out, though, because this is a little out of the way, or in the way. Not Spotify links, because I basically stopped subscribing to Spotify a while ago. Because I didn't want to pay for Spotify anymore, because that thing was, I was not using Spotify, so I didn't feel the need to maintain it. Okay, so now we gotta build out all the way to Ashikawa, and then we'll start building our Shinkansen route. Oh, you have a working ad block set up? Okay, fair enough. I don't. Let's see what this is. How about this? Let's listen to Girls on Panzer music then. If you want something different, we'll listen to like military marches around the world as interpreted by Japanese people. I'm sure that'll be fun. Ooh, this actually looks pretty good. I kind of like how that's panning out. We do need to make this a little more even, because I need to make sure we can get the roads, or the network through. Yeah, okay. We'll definitely be able to hit Ashikawa. We might go through the mountain, actually. Do I want to go through the mountain? It's probably not ideal. Oh, actually, though. Maybe having a mountain just to have a little bit of a vibe. I'm basically using this as a glorified, you know, train map network painter. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I watch garbage. I'm aware of my garbage anime taste. But I at least try to make it... I don't know how to describe it. I just like Zero no Tsukaima. It was one of the series that I watched when I was younger. And I think ultimately it just kind of turned into like, okay. It just became a formative part of my early weeb days that I can't get away from it. And I was really sad when the author died, because the author actually passed away before it finished, and so someone else had to take over the project. So I think we just go here. Ooh, okay. Okay. So then this now means we have connected our Shinkansen line. So now we should be able to start slamming trains on this. I'm gonna put this here, should be okay. We'll probably need to move this somewhere else later down the line. That's probably okay for now, though. So it can flow in here, flow in there. Okay, that's fine. And then let's get the signals on. Oh, actually, we haven't even signaled this properly. So we're drive on left. This is the Girls und Panzer Rhapsody from the Das Girls und Panzer Symphony Concert, which was an actual concert that they held in at the Omiya Sonic City Large Hall in 2020. So basically, right around COVID, is when they had this. I think I kind of know some of these, which is probably not a good thing. I'm probably on some kind of list out there. Hopefully not a death list. Okay, so there is Ashikawa North. Okay, so now... Oh, this is just on YouTube. This is just YouTube. Alright, so let's build our Shinkansen. Oh, you know what? I messed up. There is a specific track for the Shinkansen that I should have been using. So now I need to I need to convert all this. Shoot, okay, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna convert all of this. Okay, so far, I just gotta be very careful of the ones that I cover. Okay, so now that we're past that, I think everything here is convertible. The assassins are on the way? Oh no. I can't believe the Nintendo assassins are after me. So we can build the Zero Series Shinkansen, the ML1. I guess we don't have access to the other ones yet. Or do I need to make this a different track? Maybe... Is that on the dual gauge ones? Oh, maybe it's not a dual gauge. Hold on. Okay, this is actually the only one we have access to. Perfect, that's fine. So I'm not gonna try to change that. We're just gonna use this state one. I love this type of music, like, unironically. Maybe I'm a weirdo, but that's what I like. So we don't have access to anything super crazy for a Shinkansen other than the Zero series, which is probably what we'll do. So I think we're gonna try to make this full length. Okay, that one doesn't fit. Okay. So we'll try to make this full length 7. Okay, so I think we need... Oh, maybe I can't put a male on here. Oh, I can't. Okay, so it has to be strictly passengers. That's so interesting. Okay. Which I guess makes sense. So the Shinkansen is strictly passengers, no matter what. Okay. Okay, so 6.9 is as long as we're gonna get right now. Okay, so we're gonna go from here, some Shimotsuki Grand, Nagoya, and then to Ashikawa, and then for now that's fine. Okay, go, and then we're gonna name this one. We're gonna call this JR West. It's our very, very janky interpretation of JR West. Alright, let's go watch our brand new train in action, by the way. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the bridge really kills it. Okay. That's unfortunate. So we may need to adjust this. It's kind of nice watching it go. Look at that. So we know it slows down significantly, so let's watch it. So it's arrived, it's going at 100, now it's speeding back up, picking up speed. The double, it's that's too short, I gotta lengthen that out. It's going, reaches max speed. Okay, so it does slow around turns, which is a little unfortunate. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, okay, see that? You cannot have a Shinkansen do elevation changes like that. It will just kill it. Okay. That's fine. I have a way to fix this. Here's my way to fix this. Ready? So first of all, I'm gonna delete this. Delete all this. Okay, so I know this one we're using narrow gauge concrete ties, I think. Right? Let me double check that. Yes, okay. So basically, the only way to make this work is... let's see, so we're gonna actually go down. I think we just do like this, bomb this, and then we're gonna basically, we're gonna sink this part of the rail. We're gonna sink this section. Let's see, what else do we want to listen to? Undertale music from the Undertale Orchestra experience. Okay, so then if I select the... I'm using this one, right? So I should be able to bridge this. So this is the Shinkansen wide urban, and then the narrow gauge wooden ties track should be able to go underneath. Because I don't care if the... I personally don't care if the cargo trains have to go slow, so that's fine. So we'll just let it go a little bit distance, and then we'll hook it back in here. Yeah, this is fine. So smash this up. Just like that. And then we just need to signal this back up. And then signal the other way. Perfect. And then... this way as well. Perfect. So now the Shinkansen should no longer run it. Oh, we just got the 200 series one. That's fine. The Shinkansen is not making any money for us right now anyways, as there's not enough passengers to justify its existence until this town gets bigger. Unfortunately, Shimotsuki is growing really slowly despite the amount of effort I put into it. Hopefully Kasuoka will get bigger too at some point, but I'll probably start funneling passengers from Kasuoka to Shimotsuki Grand, even though it's not really necessary, as I believe... What is this one? Let's see. What is this playlist that you have provided to me? What is this? Machikado Mapose? This is fine. Is this Toho? Is this Argentine Toho music? Wait, that's kind of amazing. Anyways, regarding anime, like I said, there's a lot of tropes in anime, but I've kind of just learned to accept it. A lot of them are not exactly peak, but I think it's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying what is essentially garbage anime. Don't feel like you have to always be enjoying the latest and greatest. Have fun with it. Oh wait, wrong, where's the... Here we go. I need this one. Copy to launch those. Okay. There we go. Look, we have our snakes roaming around now. It's kind of beautiful to behold. This is pretty good. I like it. Okay, there's not enough passengers coming out of there yet, but they will grow. We probably need to hook these two up, Shibata and Nobueka. And Shimotsuki will grow in due time. I don't care if I'm not making money, because again, my priority is to make a cool-looking network. So we do need to move from Ashikawa North and hook into Ichikawa over there, which is going to be really hard. I probably should have actually built the Shinkansen on an elevated path, the more I think about it. It's a little late now, but I definitely should have done this, like, elevated one step up. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't. Actually, so much food here now, too. Look at that. We're actually getting a lot of food crafted. So Ashikawa is growing. Nagoya is growing. Let's actually get this built out. So I want to at least expand the road network a little bit, and this is going to require probably... I don't think this... Oh, you know what? Maybe we should set up options for limited express routes as well that kind of bypass smaller towns. It's so they don't have to go through the station if they're trying to bypass something. They can just kind of go through. Hello, Flaming. How are you, comrade? Good evening. Welcome to my very cool train network. It is definitely growing. Slowly. I cannot get Shimotsuki to grow any faster, and it's driving me nuts. However, I do want the station to look pretty, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put an office building. Like this one. Oh, that's a Gigo right there. Yeah, Video games. And then put a mall. There we go. Perfect. I have no idea if this actually does anything, but I like the look. Okay, there we go. So it's actually starting to get a little better. So at least the local route is fine. Unfortunately, there's no more local routes to see for a while. We probably could do a small local, like, coastal route between Ishikawa and Ashikawa. I don't think Ishikawa needs to be on the Shinkansen line, but there's nothing else here. I actually set the amount of towns to be smaller than normal. That's kind of the issue that I'm running into. What is this? Is this... Oh, it's Hawaiian beach hula music. Got it. There's some interesting genres in here. I'm gonna go for another hour, Kahila, but thanks for swinging by. I hope you have a good rest, Kahila. Yes, they are not Mussolini trains. They're actual proper trains that actually run on time and meet their objectives. Okay, these trains actually go to where they need to be, and it's beautiful to behold, okay? Right now, my priority is to get this... I want Shimotsuki to be the big city. But unfortunately, growing it is quite slow, and I have no idea how to make it any faster. So hopefully it'll get a little bigger, but really needs more going for it. Oh, it actually made it all the way. Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, so it's picked... there's not enough passengers yet, but eventually. I think we need to also start plotting out additional food acquisitions. So maybe we need more ships. I don't even think these make money. Yeah, we lose money on everything. Everything in this is making us burn cash. But that's okay. I don't really care. I'm just cheating in money because I want to have a pretty network. Okay, so Nagoya North could grow faster if I was to, well, feed it milk or something. Yeah. Or take the milk out. Really what I need to do here, I think, is, we need a bus station. I think for this one, I want to try a different style bus. We're gonna do this obnoxious bay style bus and see how bad this will go for this this station. In fact, I think it's gonna go really badly. And then to at least make the station look a little prettier, let's go to here and let's make it look. Let's see. I'll just add a couple towers to... There we go. Oh, actually, no. I want to use this. Yeah, there we go. That looks fine. So there's your station building. So if you need to go get your tickets, that's fine. And then we'll just add another station. Oh, we could even do a port. Probably not necessary. Just add about here, and then I'm just trying to plot this in my head. Okay, so here's the route: Nagoya Central, Nagoya, and then Nagoya North, and that'll be the bus route. It's not the most efficient, but it works, and hopefully it's not going to cause any issues. Slam this out here. I think I almost still want to do an OpenTTD server, honestly, but I don't know if anyone really cares about OpenTTD besides me. I'm sorry. I know people are like, oh, why is he playing the train game again? However, next week I think I'll do some art streams. I think for sure I would like to do some art again so I can force myself to do it. You prefer Zomboid? To be fair, I think a lot of people do like Zomboid. It's just not a thing that I've streamed in quite some time. But I could be, again, convinced that Zomboid would be a good thing to play. Okay, let that grow. Okay, Shimotsuki is getting a little bigger. There we go. How do I need to find a way to get the mail out of this, is the problem. Hold on. Let's see. I set this to 10. Will it grow even faster? I guess 5 is as fast as it grows. Let's see. I'm curious to see if I can make this get any faster. Town. Oh, here we go. What if I set this to back to 1? Or let's see, reset that. Okay, so let's set this to 200. And then I'm gonna set this to 0. And then I'm gonna save the game real quick, and I'm gonna load it again, and we'll see if this does anything. In Terra Invicta, the Warhammer, the Old World, the Lost World versus Doom PC trailer, will all things considered. Oh shoot, I said the wrong one. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, let's see if my script changes to do anything. Some maps for more water income. HRI interests basically hard running propel ships through space. Basically a nuclear drive. I've seen that in science fiction quite a bit too, where it's just like, if we just blow up enough nukes, we can go faster. It's a very surprising common trope in science fiction. Nothing wrong with it, I just think it's kind of funny. I did enjoy the wave-based server too. Maybe we could do that at some point, but I also know it's not everyone's favorite thing. But we're probably not gonna do Zomboid for a while. I'm just really hoping for... Like I said, I'm hoping for Build 42 multiplayer, but it seems like it's gonna be a long time until we get it. And so, at this point, I'm not holding my breath. Let's just wait until it happens type deal. Let's see. Oh, this should be 60. That's why. I forgot to change this. Okay, so let's actually make this like 50. And then let's save this again. And then we're gonna load it again. Just see if this goes any faster. Okay. I guess we'll see. Is this the same song but now just in Chinese? It really is. We're just going through all the world's cultures, aren't we? It's very small nukes. I do remember reading stuff about it before, like as an actual proposed idea, but I don't think anyone was ever like, let's actually do this. But maybe there's someone out there who's like, no, we have to try this. Okay, so Shimotsuki's actually grown to 795, which is, again, still not ideal. I wish it was going a little bit faster, but I can't make it go any faster. Nashikawa here. Probably let's set up the proper bus station system. Ooh, what if we give Ashikawa a suspended monorail? Ooh, this seems probably not a good idea, actually. Let's not do that. But it's really tempting. But if Ashikawa grows big enough, it might be justifiable. Maybe not here. Let's not do that. Keep it simple. We'll do buses for now. So I think we can do... Ooh, you know what? That looks fine, actually. Let's do that. Bus. Let's keep it. Let's do this very basic loop for now. I think that's okay. Okay. Let's get the... Yeah, let's get some buses going. This is a very interesting music mix is all I'm gonna say. Okay, and then we're just gonna have you go from here to here and just non-stop, non-stop, timetable, automate, and then we'll just copy this twice, so 3 buses looping around the city and get any given time. There we go. Okay. It is a very interesting, like, playlist, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of amusing listening to, like, the various cultural interpretations of a single song, right? There we go, that actually looks pretty nice. Look at that. Look at how quickly everything is moving. We may have a little too much food sitting there, though. And maybe not enough trucks to move it. Actually, maybe we need to improve the amount of... let's copy this one a couple times. I think it was this one, right? There we go. That way we can move the food faster. Surprisingly, there's a lot of food, and we cannot haul that out fast enough. Now, that said, we could use this as a staging ground and transfer that food to any of these other locales at some point, which is a tempting option. I think Shibata Station could also accept food, but I'm not sure if that's something we want to do yet. Okay. So now the question is... okay, so what I'm going to do is I would actually like to upgrade the trains. So, the Shimotsky local loop, again, completely losing money. But I think it's time to replace them. So we're using the Tokyo 8000, but let's see, what are the other options here? Can we sort by name? What do we got? We could replace with the 8590, which has a slightly different color scheme. Yeah, there's a lot of other choices, though. Maybe we don't replace it right now. I think we can just keep it for now. Yeah, I don't see why you replace it. It seems to be fine. Every company has their own version, their own trains. All right. Okay, so there we go. Shimotsuki is now 815. So it's getting, they are getting really big. It's just slowing down significantly. Because again, the mail's not flowing out fast enough, despite the fact that I keep flowing mail or everything into it. All right. Let's continue. For obvious reasons, you don't want to set off chains of nukes in high orbit. What do you mean? Are you telling me that's not how it's supposed to be done? Have I been lied to? Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is I need to force feed these towns a little bit more. I'm sure this is actually actually, wait a second. I have an idea. What if I just fund a hotel, right? Only one allowed per town. Got it. Okay, so that's annoying. A general store. Okay. Where is the general store? Here. Oh my goodness, I cannot identify where the general store is. Let's see. That's annoying, because otherwise this would have accepted food, but it doesn't, so now the food is just kind of sitting there, though I could probably feed it to other towns, which might not be the worst idea if I can make a simple line to Shibata. Actually, you know what? That's probably fine, because you don't need a big network. Okay, I have an idea. Here's my terrible idea. We're going to make a narrow gauge, concrete ties. It's going to be a cargo station platform. Hello, Hoovy. Good evening. Why do the rail lines pass through the stations? What do you mean the rail lines pass through the stations? What do you mean by that, huh? Explain. Okay, then what we're gonna do is, to make this at least a little better to look at, is I'm gonna build a bridge that goes over here. Like this. And then so these towns can expand out that way once they're ready. What is this song? Oh, Romanian folk dance? Interesting. Is this captured? Oh, it is captured. That's why. Okay, so then the only way to do this, I'm gonna have to bomb this and this. Now let's go back to our narrow gauge, and then I'm gonna build a rail from here. It's only a single vehicle. It's only a single rail. Ooh, I think we're gonna have to build around this. Okay. Something like this is probably okay. We'll do brick viaduct. We're not using fast trains here anyways. Oh yeah, this is terrible. This is really terrible. Perfect. And then I need to hook it into here. So I think we just build around the sand. Oh, you know what? I know what I was trying to do. Okay. All right, bye, Normar. Enjoy your lunch. I hope it's delicious. Whatever it is that you're choosing to eat today. Okay, so if I build the Shinkansen out this way, I have to also be careful of that and need to make sure we have an out for the Shinkansen to go through. Okay, so I'm just gonna start plotting this out also ahead of time. Because we're using... I think we're using this one, standard high-speed track. Perfect, so basically the goal is I want to make sure we have an exit for this. Because the other option is we actually circle this out this way, and then they can... And then the Shinkansen can flow out here, but that seems a little excessive. I think I could just go around this thing, and it should be fine. Yeah, let's do that. What is this version now? Polka? Is it really just this? Tarantella. Alright, let's do this one. Slingshot yourself across habitable worlds. Till you find habitable planets. I mean, that is a thing. That's why people travel to the stars. Okay, so we're just gonna prep this ahead of time. Just so that anything else has to go around the Shinkansen, and the Shinkansen doesn't have to move. Okay, so let's go grab the concrete ties again and try to build this out. I don't think I'm very good at designing networks, I'll say that much. Yeah. I think my networks are a little questionable. But there we go, so now we can build a simple bridge viaduct, and then we can hook this in here somehow. Just like that, perfect. So this one is a two-way street, so this one's a little weirder. So the problem is I need to find a way to, oh, I see how this, okay, so from here, it needs to also be able to hook in, it's gotta be able to hook in like this. Okay, so I gotta get rid of the signal. And then we can signal that closed. I don't think this is working the way I'm thinking it works. Hold on. Okay, I may have created a very nasty junction where nothing can flow correctly, because apparently, oh no, never mind, it works. Never mind, it works. Okay, cool. Great. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a train flows out from here. This is gonna be a small train, so I'm not looking for anything crazy. I think we'll use the D51 is no, let's use the what are my options? What is this train? This uses a D15, so we'll use a DE15. I thought it'll be fine. My name. This is the Tarantula Bang Boom Peak Polka song. I'm not trying to look for polka. I'm just listening to whatever seems okay to listen to. All right, we'll pull this one out. And then I want food. And we'll fit in... That'll be Seto 85. I think this one will on a 4 length, and this one's just gonna go from Shimotsuki Horse Market, and we're gonna have it fling all the way. No, Shimotsuki Grand. It's gonna pick up what drops off there and send it to Shibata Station. So full load here, and then it's a single train. Should be fine. I don't think anything's gonna be wrong with this one. I want to see it in action. So this is our basically ferry's leftover food from here to the other station. And it's a single lane track, so that's fine. And there we go. Now we're actually able to start ripping through that food. Excellent. Does it actually get slowed down by this? Ooh. Yeah, the train does not like that little vertical incline. But thankfully, that's not a big deal. I don't care. Alright, so these passengers are trying to go to Ashikawa. So this is actually relevant. Passengers here are also trying to go somewhere, so that's fine. So that's working. I think for whatever reason, I think my city builder script is just making the city grow so painfully slow, and it's kind of painful to behold. I think Kasuoka could grow faster if I was willing to feed it what it's looking for, but I have not done that, and that's kind of the issue too. There's not any way to make this any faster. There's not any way to make this faster. Yes, Ray, hello. Why are you wiggling around? Did you send me something on Discord that I need to take a look at? Oh, you did? Okay. Have you put ice on that? Have you done anything to minimize the pain and suffering that your calf is enduring? I mean, I'm sure you are, but I'm just not sure. You gotta tell me. What else are you doing to make it easier on yourself? You know what I should do? I just realized. These are both gonna need a decent amount of mail, I think, flung around. So why don't I just fling mail back and forth between these two? It shouldn't cause too much issue. Kasuoka and Shimotsuki, just like a direct mail line. I think that's fine. Let's do that. Let's put in a very basic mail truck stop, like right around here. And we'll just fling a bunch of between the two. Probably completely unnecessary, I just realized, but whatever. I buy this one, fling it between here and here. Don't get grand, do not full load any cargo. Okay, there we go, that's fine. Send those two out, and let's see how this one handles mail between the two stations. Maybe it'll do something, probably not. I think we're still gonna keep bleeding money. Oh yeah. Well, now she's pulled it. I mean, you want me to massage it? I'm not there to massage it though, unfortunately. You'll have to survive until I'm there. Oh man, that mail truck is not finding any mail. Why is this thing stuck here? Oh, because all the food's gone. That's so funny. Oh, we just don't have... We're not actually sending enough food here anymore. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. I'm trying to think how I can make this any faster. If I could send supplies over. We could also set up like a small local network here. Maybe Toyokawa would be the main Shinkansen area here. And we'd have to set up some kind of design around that. This town is growing, it's just not growing as fast as you'd like because there's not enough, again, products entering. Same with Nagoya. And then Shimotsuki is growing. Look at that. Just gonna let the game run at max speed. Oh no, this is what I was afraid of. Okay. I messed up the signaling. They are stuck in a very snaky situation here, and I don't know how to fix this. Oh, shoot. Okay, this one shouldn't care. Okay. That's a very interesting issue that occurred. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. That was weird. I don't. I wish this. This. I think the script I'm using is just kind of ruining the experience. I'm so sorry, comrades. This is not. I thought this would grow way faster. I don't know. There's a way to disable this script, right? Wait, actually, let me Google this. OpenTTD disable script. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Hold on. So I think I can actually do this. Okay, so I'm gonna try something, which is probably gonna break the game. Save real fast. So I'm gonna open the developer console. If I can figure that out, where is it? Enable AI developer setting. Okay, here we go. No. Enable AI developer. Okay, I do not know how this works. So there's not really... Okay, this Toho playlist is... It's... I don't know. It's French and salsa. So, I mean, it's an interesting list, but I think I don't want to listen to European music anymore. I'm sick and tired of listening to the European music. I need something else. Alright, I'm gonna find something else. I don't want to listen to this. Hello, Aeon. Yes, we have a Shinkansen line. It's a little janky. It functions, but it's not what I would call the best out there. So, again, this is not real cities. It's just kind of fake cities, but it currently flows from here to here to here, and I'm probably going to try to hook it into this town of Toyokawa over here. I think that's going to be my plan, and I have suddenly just came up with another brilliant design idea that's going to require even more setup to punch through, but I think we'll set up a Shinkansen that leads through here, and then we'll set up another line that uses Shimotsuki as the center, and we'll have it hook through the mountains. Oh, sure. I'll set it to 1 XP. There's not a lot. There's like 1 or 2 of these on the network. This is the... it's a 0 series. I think it's the 8000? Or I can't remember which one specifically. But it's just running around at 210 kilometers per hour. And it's having a grand old time. It's just, there's only like 1, I think, right now, though, on the network. Yeah, there's only a single one. It is not making any money. This thing is... we are broke. If you want to see the options we have access to the 0 series Shinkansen, and now we have the 200, which just became available. So those are the options we have right now. We also have these other ones that we're not using, but these are more local trains that we are building some local networks. Oops, I did not mean to buy that. So that's kind of where we're at. It's really just figuring out how to build the network is kind of the issue. All right, hold on. I have a really janky idea. Hold on. I'm gonna change some of this real quick. So what I actually want to do is I want to actually move the cargo platforms down here, and I'm going to consume this area with larger Shinkansen platforms. I think we've been using these right now. So these I want to be Shinkansen. Oh boy. Yeah, hold on. We're redoing the network a little bit. And then 1, 2. Okay. So I want the narrow gauge concrete. Actually, this one's fine here. I think this is going to be a terminus node. Yeah, so then I think we'll just we'll consume this area here. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we'll do. Well, we're gonna consume this area. So let's hook this here, and then hook this in like this. Anyways, how are you doing, Aeon? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Welcome to Professor's Train Hour, which I'm not even sure people like trains as much as they are just watching me for the sake of watching me, but that's fine too. I think I've reached the point where I don't know what I'm talking about half the time because it's getting late, and I probably should go to bed soon. But here I am still streaming at some unfortunate hour of the day. This is probably like the worst design I've ever done, and I need to fix this really badly. Okay, so let's fix this. Okay, that's fine. And then we need to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's fine. Then we can hook in the signal here. 1, 2, build this out. Oh, wrong way. Build this out here. Move this one and this one. Loop it here. Okay. And then from here, it can come out this way. Move this one. That's probably okay. I don't think this would cause any issues. In theory. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay. But yeah, I know I have to make the curves on the main line as long as possible. That's why for the Shinkansen, that's okay. The Shinkansen is definitely like a little jankier, but I'm just kind of rolling with it. Okay, so that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is that this section of the track, which we're using the high-speed one, I'm gonna delete this because this is going to be used for something else eventually. So what I can do to, at least for now, is I can actually make this look pretty. Let's add some buildings. Actually, wait, I can probably go... let's go here. And I can add... We can pretend there's like a shopping center mall here. We can pretend there's an Aeon mall. Or a Uniqlo right in the station. Probably a little excessive. I need to... Oh, here we go. This is what I'm looking for, actually. I guess that's the platform ends. And then... I need to add... Yeah, I'm gonna work on the signaling. The signaling's a little janky. I apologize, it's not exactly peak. That seems questionable. That's probably okay. It's probably fine. Because the main idea is that I want there to be, Oh, actually, I probably don't want to actually have that be a terminus. I probably want to hook it into the main node network as well. But essentially, I want one Shinkansen line to loop down south and grab these three. And then I want another line that just cuts through the mountains. And see if we can get all the way to Kameoka. I think that would be the ideal goal. It's going to be painfully difficult, but I think it's feasible. I don't know if I can do it tonight, though. Especially because the cities are growing just really slowly. I think I have one way to fix this. Hold on. Change this to 300. Maybe this will make them go even faster. Let's try that. And then let's save the game. I'm just gonna call this stream. And then let's just reload the stream save. In a second. Let's see if that changes the growth rate. I think it made it a little slower, actually. There's gotta be a way to make this faster. Hold on. What if I crank difficulty level down to like 20? Save that. We're gonna keep breaking this. We're gonna keep breaking the script until the script does what I want it to do. That's how this works, right? Just like whenever I play any video game, I break it until the mods suddenly start cooperating with me. The Rimworld experience, the Rimworld method. Okay, give it a second to like recalculate, and we'll see how this pans out. Okay. I break it until it mods. Exactly. Is that actually what I just said? Oh my god, am I that tired that I can't even speak English correctly? What's wrong with me? I I'm so sorry. I apparently have lost the ability to speak English. Okay, so this will hook in here, and then what I'm gonna do, first of all, let's get rid of this. Let's hide this. I'm gonna get rid of this. We don't need that. Okay. So remove here. Okay. There we go. That I think is okay. And then we'll need to make some adjustments there, but for now that's fine. But then I need to find a way to hook all the way through the mountains. Probably need to do it in steps. The problem is that the Shinkansen gets really ripped apart by any elevation changes. Because ideally I should be able to just hook straight across. It's really this one, and then I need to find... Okay, let's see if I can read it. So the goal is to build two... Ooh. Kameoka might be a little too far. What if I build another city over here instead? And that'll be the major city. Kameoka is just kind of... will feed into that one. Ooh, that actually is not a bad idea. I think you could build a Shinkansen around here. Build an entire city around it. And then feed Kameoka's citizens into that town, either through bus, rail, or monorail. There's a lot of options. Maybe a small local railway would, I think, be fine. Yeah, let's do exactly that. Again, we're not making money. Wow, I really am just unable to speak English. You know what? I'm gonna blame it on the fact that it's late. Yeah, I'm gonna blame my inability to speak English on late, and that's totally copium. Okay, so I can build a bridge here. Wide urban network. Ooh. And then these should be fine. I think S-bends are fine. Problem is... yeah, I can't have that cross. But Shibata shouldn't have to deal with this, the problem. Yeah, that's the issue. There's still not enough passengers on these trains, by the way, to justify them. It's just not enough. Shimotsuki is still too small to be super relevant. Won't the game run at higher speed? Maybe that'll make them grow a little faster. I was playing on regular, these cities would have been way bigger, way faster, but oh well. Actually, hold on. The other option is we just go straight above now? What if we let the Shinkansen go underground? Would that be feasible? How am I actually gonna carve through this mountain, by the way? Because this mountain is, you can tell, a little thick. We definitely will have to do some elevation changes, though. I'm thinking we can cut maybe here. And then we can probably go over here, but I can't cut the... Let's see, hold on. Yikes, okay, so some of these are... Ooh. I think I would be okay with something like... What if we don't do that? What if we have them actually both hook down here, share the same network, and then it splits out? Because then you could build out through here, although that is a 90 length. How much does it cost? Oh, it was actually too long, so... That's, Wow, I'm burning through money. Look at my cash, by the way. I am super negative. Thankfully, we can fix that with a couple buttons. Oh, it actually will let me build that. That's interesting. Okay, that's... Okay. Also, we do need to build some smaller networks here, like Takamatsu should feed into Nishinomiya with either a small rail or just buses. I think buses would make the most sense. Actually, kind of want to... I think... No, I have an idea. Actually, I kind of want us to try this. I almost want to build a really small railroad. Probably makes better sense to just make a, it probably makes more sense to just do a, I don't know what you want to call it. Yes, it probably makes more sense to just make a very basic... Oh, I see, that's why I did that. Just a simple roadway probably makes the most sense here. Although I do need to flatten some of it just slightly. Just like that. Beautiful. And then we can hook these two towns together. Very simple, very far away locales. Feed into the main city. That's fine. And then I need to find the buses again. Okay. You know what? I also should have done I probably should have done some form of airport by this point in time, but I've completely forgotten to do that, and at this point, I don't want to, so I think we can ignore any concept of having an airport for this run. Don't think it's really necessary, although maybe it's not the worst idea. Where would I even fit an airport? Maybe once we're ready to go from like the main Tokyo Bay area to my abomination of what is supposed to be the Nagoya territory? Jeez. If only this thing could make money. If only this thing could make money. It just can't. I feel so bad for this. It's trying so hard, but there's just not enough passengers. Because all the cargo, I think even the cargo trains don't make money. Let's see. Oh jeez, yeah, every single train has not made a single cent. Every train is losing cash. All the road vehicles are at least making money. Some of them are actually making a lot. But that's okay. I still don't know how to make this go any faster. Like, it's as big as it's possibly gonna get. I don't think I like this script very much. I think I like the normal city builder script. This one's a little... I think this one just kind of ruins the experience. Okay. So here's our plan. Let's go build all the way from here, cut through, and see if we can flow down to Toyokawa. And that'll be the first segment, or essentially that loop. And then we can have another one that'll try to cut out. So let's try that. There's also a lot of industry over here, which is kind of interesting. So I think we're using high-speed standard track. And we need to flatten this out. Yeah, let's flatten that out, and let's build our wacky station. Something like this is fine. I'm still sad that we don't have super high-speed rail in the US. Maybe one day we will, but at this point I'm not holding my breath. That California high-speed rail project, I was talking to Ray about it the other day, but it's just been in perpetual limbo forever, and at this point it's never gonna happen. Sucks to say. I wish. Feel like if high-speed rail could have worked anywhere, California might have been it, or Texas. But alas, not even Texas could withstand the ever-changing whims. You'll be in your 60s. By the time we see first high-speed rail in the US, yeah, probably. Oh yeah, no, it's... If you're lucky, you'll be 60. There we go. Who knows? California high-speed rail is dead, and Amtrak are trying their very best, but it just isn't enough. Just... I mean, to be fair, it's also like one of those situations where, like, it's a more time efficient to just hop onto a plane than to take the train. Is the unfortunate reality of things. Get rid of this. Okay. So we need to find a way to hook it. I probably should have actually built the Shinkansen on a elevated platform, but too late now. We could probably build a highway like this and then have this flow next to it, or we could have the okay. So my choices are, I need to find a way to bring this over there. I can either flow along the coast, or I can force these to go underneath, which would actually not be the worst idea either. That actually might be the more feasible option. The speed up, speed down is still really bad though. Let's see. I think it's the only way to do this. Okay, we're gonna flatten this a little bit. Okay. Okay. Actually, wait a second. Oh, that's really funny. I cannot do a high-speed rail crossing with the roads. The roads refuse to accept that, that insanity. Fair enough. I understand. I understand, little truck driver. You don't want to do a railroad crossing with a Shinkansen. To be fair, who would? Okay, this is actually not a very good design. I've also messed up the roads now forever. Because now I have to do it like this, and then this has to get... I delete this. And then now this has to get a bridge. Oh boy. Something like that. And then you can build the network underneath. Except now the issue is there's a giant other train station in the way, and I have to find a way around this too. Oh my goodness, what have I done? I don't think I planned ahead very well. The time of going to check and deplaning should also be counted, because while planes are fast, it's end up being slower in two journeys. Trains are also just like, yeah, you don't have to go through the effort of, you know, going through TSA check just so you can hop on a train. I do agree that that is a huge benefit of train travel. So I think we have just enough room. Oh my goodness, I don't think we have enough room to do this. Okay, here's my janky method of going through this. I feel like I definitely built this incorrectly, and if I were to do this again, I think I'm learning a little bit more of how to build a proper network. Okay, so then we can dig out here. Ooh, maybe we can't build... Oh, actually, that's fine. Perfect. This is so janky. This is a terrible way of doing things. But it works. Surprisingly, I think it actually did connect. I don't know what a shitterpole is, but I assume it's a station near you that is just underfunded, just like the average American public transit system. Perpetually underfunded, because no one wants to pay for it. Everyone wants to use it, but no one wants to pay for it. That's the common trope you'll always find. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go hook in here. We're almost there. We were almost fully connected. Okay, so we just have to... Okay. Let's go in reverse now. There we go. Oh, Amsterdam. Got it. I don't know European stations very much, if at all. It's not really something that, again, I've never been to Europe. I think it'd be nice to go visit Europe one day, but travel is expensive, and I have already plans to visit certain other locales in the near future. Okay, so we need to set up a abomination of a cross system here. Okay, so with this, a train should be able to pop into any of these without issue. And then I'm going to hook this in with with signals all the way down. And then we gotta do the same thing on the opposite side, which I didn't actually do correctly because I forgot to one. No. So it should be, I think like this is fine. Okay, so that's signaled. This is signaled. Okay, so Toyokawa or Ibina East for some reason is now fully ready to go. I'm gonna call this Toyokawa at some point. This is Toyokawa Station. Toyokawa. Yes, basically other locales is visiting Japan and also Canada. I visit Canada a lot. Canada is expensive. Did you know visiting Canada costs money? Crazy, especially as I'm going up there this weekend. I will tell you all about my Canadian adventures eventually, if anyone cares, but that's my next major locale to go to. Okay, let's see if I did this correctly. So Toyokawa should be right there. So this, it should fall. Okay, Toyokawa, let's get rid of this one. Alright, so it should just be a very simple end-to-end loop. So let's see how, if the train actually does, if I did this correctly. And I lost it. I lost where it went. Okay, so now it's going to Toyokawa. Okay, so it's going fine. Makes it down there. A lot of speed up and slowdowns. Now it's made it. Okay. Oh, yeah, that slowdown from the elevation change is really rough. On the other hand, passengers. Okay. Let's, I want a second one of these. Just kind of running around. Because the Shinkansen's not going to be a loop. It's more like a point-to-point system. Okay, so I'd like to make another copy of that beautiful thing. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Somewhere down here. 2 trains is better than 1. Okay, go. So now we could probably get a 3rd, and that'd probably be enough. Yeah, this script sucks. Alright, well, I think we tried. I think I did a decent job of trying to build a network, even though I kind of cheated money in, because the economy setup that I have is just really rough, and I don't think it's terribly exciting. So, I think that's probably a good point to go to sleep at, because I'm also kind of tired, and I'm sure most people are tired and sleepy. So I'm not gonna keep anyone up longer than needed. Let's go raid Maki, who's playing... Okay, I didn't type that in correctly. Who's playing some Final Fantasy XIV, comrades. I hope you enjoyed the funny train game. I know it's not... We probably won't play train game for a while until I get better at this, but at least, hopefully, it was a little bit of fun and joy watching this. Although, again, it's kind of a bit of a slow stream. We'll do some horror spooky game tomorrow because people keep asking me to do that. And we'll do something else next week, including an art stream. Yes, we'll go back to art. People want art, we'll do art. Anyways, comrades, good night, goodbye. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you had fun. Good night.